Okay. There we are.
No, it's recording down here too, but whatever.
Oh, you know what it is? It's recording two separate files since we're both in here. So that's what it's doing. I think that's what it meant by two local recordings.
I don't know.
Actually,
We'll figure it out when it's over.
it's recording Katie's stuff too. So
yeah, well, we'll figure it out.
well, all right. Do you want to wait till we get a few people in here?
Isn't that what we always do every week?
I mean,
Like Vince, you're like, why do you guys act like I don't know how the show goes? And then you ask me questions about how we want to do the show when we do the show the same way every week. We always wait for people to pop in, and we
well,
bullshit.
usually we usually have people in by now.
We
Like they're
literally
like
just went live. Like
they're
literally
like
just hit the button.
chomping at the bit every week to jump in through that chat door.
Oh, you mean like last week when no one showed up?
Well, everyone showed up at the beginning. They just prematurely came and decided to call it a night.
I don't mind when people prematurely come. I just care that they come. Oh, let me share that tweet. Dude, it's fucking cold out.
Yup. Who are you telling, man? Who are you telling?
I am telling you, it is fucking cold out.
If it gets any colder in this basement, I'm just gonna bundle up. This is what we're doing tonight. I did it on Get Show, and I'll do it tonight.
Do you want that brand in your corner on your wall? Did you put that there on purpose?
Yeah, I put it.
So that from the casting couch, your background didn't look so bare.
Yeah, I don't like it that plain and bare. Hello, everyone. Hello, hey Jesus, you're here this week. Where were you last week? I was worried. Don't tell me what to do, bro. Don't tell me what to do. Hold up. I tangled stuff up. Hold up. Time out. Technical difficulties. We'll be right back.
Hi, Bill.
Kill Bill.
That's Mike, who runs our Facebook group.
Oh yeah. I forget his ad because his name is Mike and he doesn't have his name on Twitter, and it's just like, bro, just.
Well, you don't even have your name on Twitter.
It's SES Vince.
No, yeah, that's not your name. Your name is Vicente. There's no N in it. You've told me that repeatedly. So I'm going to start calling you Vice from now on.
No, don't do that.
Yes, Vice.
If you look at my Twitter, it says Vicente Delgado. And my at is at SES Vince.
But Vince isn't your name. There's no N in Vicente. You are Vice.
It's a
not
nickname.
Vince.
It's a nickname. That's what that is.
Well, that'd be like my nickname being Mark and my name being Matthew. Like, that's not how that works.
No, your name's Matt. There's Matthew. There's as far as I'm concerned, isn't there like one N? There's an N Vicente. There you go. There. It's rearranged. There you go. See, Jesus got my back this time. I'll take off one article of clothing for you, Jesus, and I'll DM it to you.
Hi, Allison.
You know, that's what we'll do, Jesus. The more you're in my corner, the more I'll strip for you, but it'll be privately, bro. I will send you DMs. That's what we'll do. That's what we'll do. That's how I'm going to slowly win over everyone to my side in the Pornhub poppy races. I'm going to entice them with stripping.
He didn't show up last week. Now he's taking Vince's side. This is some bullshit.
Well,
he shows up for Sheelite every week.
Yeah. Everyone needs to see me strip, yes. Okay, fair, but they all should pay.
Katie, are you there?
Yeah.
So just so you know, Katie may or may not be here the entire show. She decided, to have a life and go see her friends instead of like making her entire life about my podcasting schedule on my show, which shame on you. So she may be a little iffy.
Okay.
I don't know what the fuck is going on.
Well, if you want to take the week off, I'll take the next week off, Katie, and we'll call it a truce. If you can't make it, I will take a personal sick day, preferably SmackDown on the 13th, and then make the race interesting.
I mean, it'll still be tied at that point.
Yeah, but then
you'll
at
still
that
be
point,
winning, so it won't really be interesting. You're still winning.
Well, we'll be at the same exact spot we are now.
Okay.
I'm just saying, because I know what it's like to be like frustrated with your internet connection and when you're trying to record. So it's a pain in the buttocks, and not the kind of pain in the buttocks you kind of want to have, you know. Well, I won't elaborate on that comment. I'm just gonna move on. Well, if you just stay quiet, it's gonna get awkward, guys.
No, Jesus, they cannot, because Vince has the tiebreaker for the episode that he produced. So if they tie at the end, Vince is Pornhub Poppy.
Exactly. Pay attention, Jesus. Only I'm allowed to not pay attention. Well, I can miss 2 weeks. I might miss it. Are we going to do a show next week? I don't see why we wouldn't do a show next week, right?
Yeah, I have Thanksgiving on Thanksgiving and the Saturday after. I don't think I have plans on Friday. So unless I talk to Travis tomorrow and he says take next week off, I'll let you know.
All right. Well, if Travis tells us to take next week off, then the following week, I'll take that week off if Katie wants to just take off tonight. And if he doesn't give us next week off, then I'll just take next week off, and then we'll same spot. And Katie doesn't have to worry about the internet connection.
I feel like Katie doesn't want to take off.
I know she doesn't. But
I feel like she's not going anywhere regardless.
Wait, what is that in reference to, Mike?
I don't know, but we should get the show started. That's why everyone's here.
Is it? I thought it was to see me strip and Katie struggle with her internet.
Actually, they're here to listen to me talk and look at Katie's shoulders, and right now they're not getting either. So,
okay, well then I guess if you say it that way.
No, I listen to it all the time. I tell all my friends to Smack It Raw.
following podcast contains mature content. The views and opinions expressed by the host are not necessarily those of the host. Listener discretion is advised. Welcome to the #1 wrestling podcast on Pornhub, the Smackin It Raw podcast, where the only thing harder than the Times and Dusty Rhodes promo are the dicks in the suggested videos below this one on Pornhub. I am your host, the patron saint of podcasting, the warden Matt Ritter, and I am here with my co-hosts this evening. She is the shaman of She Lead, host of She Lead Showcase, Inside the Mind of, In the Crowd, and Story Time with the hardest working woman in podcasting today, Miss Katie Kinsey Bay.
Hello.
I figured out a way to properly do that, and I'm proud of myself now. Also with me, back from a very festive Bulls game that I'm sure he enjoyed a lot, hanging out with our boys from the Get Show podcast. He is Danny Delgado, the Sultan of Spitter Swallow, and my friend Vince Beast.
My people call me Kukungkan, but my enemies call me Namor.
What's going on, Matt?
Still haven't seen that yet, so
it's okay. That's on the trailer. Everyone's seen the trailer.
I'm gonna see it Sunday. Nothing's going on. Nothing at all. How are both of you?
I feel terrible. I feel physically ill. I went and wasted my money on a terrible Bulls game. They disappoint me. They made me feel like Austin Theory. Never again. But on the plus side, I got to see Just, Jay, and Daryl. So that was a great time. And Daryl bought me a drink. So shout out to Daryl. He was trying to get me drunk.
Daryl's a good guy. Just a good guy. Jay doesn't like white men.
Justin's cool. Justin's cool.
Katie, how are you?
Fine.
Yeah, so she sounds weird, and if she cuts out, it's because she is podcasting from Wi-Fi hell right now, apparently. So we'll see how this goes. But at the very least, you get to look at her active and maybe semi-frozen face and hear Vince and I talk for the most of the time. And that's all you guys really need. So
yeah. And Katie, if you feel like you're about to freeze, do a 5-second pose. Do a 5-second pose whenever you freeze. And there'll be memes we'll have Katie memes. They'll be like, why are you the way you are?
Have you not learned from the last time we made Katie memes that Katie memes are not an okay thing and they're just going to get you in trouble?
Sure.
If they're funny memes, we've made memes out of you. We've made memes out of me. It's the mean thing to do.
Anyway, if you enjoyed the entrance song to this, the theme song to the Smackin' Raw podcast, check out @HeelTactics_. He does the music for our shows, for Katie's shows, for Young Kings Wrestling. I almost said YK. Same shit. Get Show podcast. Our whole little collective group of friends he has done all of the theme songs for, except for Apron Bump, who is back, hopefully with his dick in his hand at a urinal like he was the last time we did the show. And Vince, Jesus wants your pants. So,
well then, the pants I'll do. I'll pants myself during the show because you guys can't see below my waist. So there's that.
Yeah, but if you pants yourself, can you show us that you took your pants off so we know that you did it?
Depends on how well the show goes.
Shout out to the chat, Jesus, Will, Bill, Mike, whatever you want to call them, Allison, and Kyle. Thank you guys for joining us. Creation World is the banner in which the Smackin' It Raw podcast exists. You can find them at creationworld.com, Twitter and Instagram at It's Creation World, ITSCREATIA World, and Facebook.com/Creation World, Linktree/Creation World, and basically everything Patreon, merch, all of that is there. If you go get a Pro Wrestling Pro Choice t-shirt or any of the other awesome t-shirts that we have with our logos and shit on them, the proceeds for the Pro Wrestling Pro Choice t-shirts go to the Women's Reproductive Rights Assistance Project at my podcast. But Katie has the same shirts you can get in a different color with the same logo, and that all goes to Planned Parenthood. So yeah, go check out everything Creation World and like and subscribe. And while you're here watching on Twitch, not Patreon, but if you're watching on Twitch, please follow. And if you have a subscription, if you've got Amazon Prime or you've got a little extra money laying around, throw us that subscription. We would really appreciate it. You do have a free subscription every month with Amazon Prime. So if you have that and you haven't used it, we would appreciate if you used it on us. If you're watching us over on YouTube, subscribe, leave a comment, tell me how sexy I am or not, whatever you want to do.
Use the hashtag Ritter over Riddle.
Yeah, you can do that too.
Yeah, there you go.
All right. Let's talk wrestling. My first thing in wrestling news was that KO was hurt, but that's gone. So we can skip that one.
Why'd you toss your pencil?
Because he showed up on fucking SmackDown and he's okay now. So, like, how am I going to sit here and be like, rumor is that Kevin Owens is injured? And no, he's fucking fine. He's fine. So we'll talk about it later. Swallow it later. Fucking ruin my first thing right off the bat. I hope I didn't put a hole in the Stone Cold Steve Austin has been asked if he wants to wrestle another match. He has been doing training videos in his RV. Looks like they're kind of far apart on terms, but possibly, maybe WrestleMania 39, maybe something in Saudi. We will see what happens, but we may get another Stone Cold Steve Austin match. And after the last match, I'm all fucking for it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, as long as it's not against Baron Corbin.
Fuck you. Better Corbin than fucking Dom.
I'd rather see Dominic heel greatest generational wrestler of his time, Mysterio.
Shit the bed in a match with Stone Cold Steve
Oh
Austin. and
no,
make him
man!
look
He's gonna
bad
do
because
all the
he's not
flippity
talented in the
flops
ring at all.
No, he's gonna do all the flippity flops that Braun
He's
Strowman
fucking.
hates.
He's an embarrassment to his name.
He is a flop.
Nah. Shout out to Dom. You got my heart, though.
All right, so Scotty Too Hottie, as I know him, as I refer to him, as I call him, because he was part of Too Cool, and that's who he fucking is to me. Scotty Too Hottie got into a little bit of hot water with the IWC, deactivated his account. So essentially, my understanding of the situation was he said he is not personally a fan of intergender wrestling, that he does not like the idea, having daughters and stuff, of perpetuating him personally injuring women, and asked bookers to stop trying to pitch those things to him. And the internet went fucking crazy on him. Now, here's my thought on it. He did not say that he doesn't think intergender wrestling should exist. He did not condemn it. He just said it's not for me. So in that case, from what I saw, like, I don't see the issue here. Like, he just doesn't want to do it. I don't want to do anal. Does that mean I'm a terrible person? You guys should attack me for it? Absolutely not, though I'm sure they will in the comments now that I said that.
Time out, pause.
Yes.
Question. Are you not a fan of anal being performed on you, or you performing anal on someone else? Because that's
either. I am not a fan of the butt at all. Shit comes out of there. There's poop in there. Not my thing. There are plenty of other holes for me to entertain. Just not for me. Point is,
would you care to list them?
I'm not going to sit here and be like, hey, because I don't like anal, you shouldn't do anal. Like, no, anal's not for me. I'm not a fan of anal. He's not a fan of intergender wrestling. He doesn't want to be booked in that shit. So let the man not be booked in that shit. Like, don't book him in it. Like, why is this a problem?
Why is Scotty 2 Hottie being booked in 2022 is my question. That's my question.
Listen, Kyle, there's an exception to every rule, and you are the exception. But that's not important. We don't need to tell people about that in the chat or on the podcast. Jesus Christ.
Wait, why is it okay for Kyle to call you Matthew, but it's not okay for me to call you Matthew?
Because are that thing.
You and I are friends, and me and Pretty Kyle are semi-romantic partners.
Okay. I'll remember that going forward. But as Gulo.
Yes, Jesus, you can call me Mateo. I'm fine with that. That's what they called me in Spanish class. So
Mateo. Okay, I'm gonna call you Mateo going forward.
I said Jesus could. I didn't say you could.
Is there anything I can do? Jesus, I can't have any fun anymore.
You had plenty of fun over on Get Show this week.
We'll plug it later.
Last but not least, in my news and rumors and my notes, Sasha Banks has trademarked the name Mercedes Moné and the names Statement Maker, Monet Talks, and Banks Monet. All of which sound like moves, nicknames, something along those lines. She trademarked them for not just television use, but also for merchandise, t-shirts, action figures, all of these other things, which is leading to a lot of speculation that this may be preparation for something outside of WWE, not necessarily AEW, though that's where everyone jumps and it's gonna be AEW. She's going, like, maybe she goes to fucking Stardom, like maybe she goes to Impact, like maybe she starts her own fucking company. Maybe she's gonna be on. Maybe they're producing a new season of Glow and she's gonna be on that. Like, I don't fucking know. All I'm saying is, let's not jump on the AEW bandwagon. I am not going to bring up the NWA title and Tyrus because both are bullshit.
You just did.
Both are bullshit. No, he brought it up. I just referenced it, but he brought it up.
Well then.
Sure.
Yes. So it's not news. It's bullshit.
Let us know. Did that technically count as him referencing it? Let us know in the chat.
Katie, can Katie be my partner since Vince and Will villain? Yeah, I guess that'd be your together name. Are together, and Matt and Pretty Kyle are together. Are you looking for a heterosexual life mate in Alice?
Allison.
Why not?
Alice.
Why
Allison.
not?
It says Alice. Sure.
Yeah.
Any thoughts on Sasha Banks?
like proper thoughts that correspond with
she
the news?
trademarked these names. Does it strike any interest? Do you have any thoughts of where she might go? Anything about what I literally just talked about?
It's all weed strands. And she's not even wrestling anymore. She doesn't care. It's all weed.
There you go.
Honestly, I'm all for her making moves. I feel like it's more of a safety net, or I'm trying to blank on the word, but it's kind of like a synonym to like a fail safe or whatever.
Catch all?
Not really. That's not the word I was thinking, but something like that. It's like a fail safe. It's kind of like a backup, like she's not putting all her eggs in one basket. She's like, I'm gonna go ahead and do a bunch of other things. And I'm cool with that. I want to see her in Stardom. I think that'd be cool. Let her win the New Japan Women's World Championship. That's what I want to see. And then she can come back to WWE.
Can I put all my huevos in your basket?
If I can call you Matthew.
Listen, if you let me put my balls in your mouth, you can call me whatever the fuck you want.
Can I put
that
my
is
dick in your
the
butt?
General rule. No. Literally just talked about that at the beginning of the show.
What about my churro?
Katie, spit or swallow?
I'm gonna swallow Big Bob wrecking shit, wrecking Mustafa Ali, being Big Bob, and a common theme for everything. Big meaty men slapping meat. That is Big Bob. So everything Bobby Lashley. Swallow.
Bobby interrupts Seth, putting himself over, says he's going to keep fucking people up until he gets his United States title back. Ali comes down looking for revenge, ends up getting spanked twice by Big Bob, and looking like the Energizer Bunny just kept ticking. So Bobby said, all right, you know what? Come get a match. Let's do this. You ain't going to like it. And then he wrecks Ali.
Fucked them up.
Our Chicago boy Ali is not having the best week. He's really not.
You know what? That's besides the point. And I'm gonna piggyback on that to spit the fact that I think that man needs a gear change. I talked about it on Get Show, but I don't think he has the thigh. I don't think he has enough meat on the thighs to rock the shorts. I'm all about men in hoochie daddies. As Daddy Delgado, I am a proponent of hoochie daddies, but I don't know if Mustafa is the right guy for it. Big Bob though. That's a meaty man that can fit into
when you say hoochie daddies, you're referring to shorts, like short
shorts. The ones that are
like what Ahmed Johnson used to wear with like the huge dick print in it.
Yeah, that's exactly what I want.
Yes. Okay.
1,000%.
Okay.
You can blame Namor for that.
Again, no spoilers, Vince. Come on.
No spoilers are being given.
You played a line from the movie. Now you're telling me that he is going to be in short shorts in the movie and I might see a dick print. You are leaking shit that I'm not going to see till Sunday. Maybe I wanted to experience Namor's dick print for myself.
It's been in
now I'm going to go
trailers.
in looking for it.
It's in trailers, Matt.
Not everyone watches trailers.
You're fine.
So what? You'll be fine, Matt. You'll be fine. Katie, did you see
the swallow, Vince?
Yeah, cool. I'm gonna swallow the main event between Seth Rollins and Finn Balor. I'm all about that. They did a continuing thing with the U.S. title, trying to make it a big deal. Big Bob wants it, Mustafa Ali wants it, Finn Balor wants it, AJ Styles wants it. I want all of them fighting for that U.S. title, make it more prestigious. Seth Rollins coming out saying that he's the top guy, the top champion on Raw is technically true because Roman doesn't show up unless he's about to have a pay-per-view match. But yeah, I'm all about it. The match was fantastic. I thought it was good.
We got the OC and the Judgment Day outside brawling. AJ screws Finn while the ref is dealing with Dominic because he's a little bitch. And then Theory attacks Rollins after the match, continuing this something I'll swallow here in a second. Explanation of Theory's actions and all of that. So yeah, I'm with you. That is also on my list as a swallow. It was a damn good main event. Anytime you get Finn, Rollins, Finn, AJ, Rollins, AJ, it's going to be good. Anything, Katie, before I move on?
No, I agree.
Okay.
She concurs.
Are you trying to keep it short and sweet?
Yes. Well, and I feel like absolute dog shit. So yes.
Oh well, you could have taken the week off.
No.
I offer to also take the consecutive week off.
No.
No harm, no foul.
I felt like dog shit for my own show, so it doesn't matter.
So we need you to rest up.
No.
I am going to swallow Austin Theory reaching his breaking point. Like I said, he came out, he explained, like, listen, I went after Roman, and the bloodline was there, and Tyson Fury was there, and this dude was there, and that dude was there. And I said, you know what? I'm not going to waste my time. Every time I try and cash in on this motherfucker, somebody gets in my way, which is why I did what I did. And it still didn't go his way. And now he is pissed off. Dolph Ziggler comes in talking some shit. He ends up having a match with Dolph Ziggler, beats him, has him finished, decides I'm not going to finish him, and then beats him until the match gets thrown out. Just wrecks Dolph Ziggler until the match is thrown out. We have a very angry reset on Austin Theory that I'm feeling. So that's a big swallow for me.
He was at the point of climax, and he just repositioned Dolph for a little bit for a different experience, and then just fucked them all up.
So has all of his cash-ins been edging?
Oh yeah, they've been blue balled.
Every time he tried to cash in, it was just him edging, and now
so this is him like taking out his pent up aggression. You know, kind of like, you know, when your significant other is gone for weeks or months at a time, and you know, the minute they come back, you know, ball game. You know. But yeah, I'm also swallowing that. Yeah, Kane needs to tag out. I'll hop on and show. You know, can Will show up and show some shoulder? That's a tongue twister.
I mean, if you want to send Will an invite and he wants to join us, we can let Will join us. Like, I'm fine. I'm gonna need you to like sit down at your computer and join us, though. You can't do it from the kitchen like you did last time.
Yeah,
like, I need full Will.
Come on, Will.
Also, Jesus, you are incorrect. I can absolutely tell you otherwise. You just don't have to fucking believe me or agree. But I can tell you otherwise. Also, have you guys heard anything about Big E? Bill was asking in the. Any word on him and his recovery? My guess is Royal Rumble if he does come back.
I hope it's Rumble. That'd be kind of cool. But no, to go back to Theory, I liked it. Like, was the move dumb? Yes. I to this day will say it's stupid to cash in on the US Championship, no matter what the scenario. If you feel like you can't beat Roman Reigns, you should still go ahead and challenge for maybe the NXT title or the IC title, a title that you have not already currently have held. But I like the hard reset, the hard pivot for Theory. It's all good. I'm all about it. And I'm not a big Theory guy, but you know, it's better than whatever the fuck he was doing with the whole selfies and getting fondled by Vince McMahon. So,
or better than anything they're doing with Dominic Mysterio. So like, there's that too.
We're about to get there.
Katie, spit or swallow.
I'm gonna swallow. Mia Yim winning her first match back, and her being added to War Games, and Rhea being added to War Games. I'm so fucking excited. War Games is definitely shaping up.
She's getting everything she wants. It threw her off so much it froze her connection.
Yeah.
I'm with you. So Mia Yim defeats Tamina with Rhea at ringside. Damage Control does a little good cop, bad cop backstage, tries to recruit Mia Yim to join them. Then we get a match between Io and Dana Brooke where Io gets the win. Mia comes out and says, listen, you're right. I do need to pick a side. And I did. And then out comes Team Bianca. She's on Team Bianca with Alexa and Asuka and Bianca. And then backstage, Rhea's like, well, if that bitch is on that team, you guys got me whether you like it or not. And nobody's going to tell her no. So.
Sure.
I wouldn't.
I would never.
I don't know. I think Mia Yim picked the wrong side.
Do you?
Yeah.
Why?
Because I think Damage Control is going to take that win because Bayley's been losing so much recently to Bianca Belair. They have to give them something or else they lose all their heat.
They've kind of already lost all their heat.
But. I mean, they have, but, you know, like, before it gets, like, completely, like, cold watered on, you know? Like, thank you, Just. I said Mia Yim as well. I corrected Matt.
And shout out to Justin, who got to give Vince a hand job at a Bulls game today. Very happy for you. Glad you got to see that. I want to know why Jay felt fit to hang out with Vince, but can never show up for a podcast for me, Justin. If you could DM me that, let me know. I'd appreciate it.
Maybe you just don't. Maybe he just doesn't appreciate people that don't sports ball,
or he just doesn't like white men.
But he likes me. So
you also are not a white male.
I'm a white female.
You are.
But I think Matt's been specific about white males.
Well,
I have to because
people, and then it was white.
Yeah. Justin's like, oh well, his fiance is white, and I'm like, well, fine. I guess he just doesn't like me.
Maybe he
Vince?
doesn't like. Yes.
Spit or swallow.
I'm gonna swallow Dominic chicken shit heel Mysterio. Look, you guys always give me a hard time about liking the stuff that I'm not supposed to like, whether that was the Acclaim, whether that was the Fashion Police, if we were podcasting then, or if it was Maximum Male Models. I love it. I love it. The way he was cowering behind Damian Priest as he was talking shit to Shelton Benjamin and he got like roped into a match, fantastic. The fact that he can't win a match without anyone helping him, fan-fucking-tastic. Like, I'm all about it. He's literally the one person on Monday Night Raw that's getting booed the most out of anyone in that building. He's getting the most heat because Seth Rollins is supposed to be a heel, but he's not getting booed. Name someone on Raw that, aside from maybe Theory, that's actually getting like some heel heat.
Riddle?
No, because he gets cheered by the crowd.
No, he doesn't.
No, he doesn't.
Y'all, okay. Regardless of the fact, I'm calling Dom Mysterio. He's more and more of a chicken shit heel, and that's what I like in my heels, little chicken shit in them. That's what made Seth Rollins so fantastic. And I made this comparison with Benji and Justin on Get Show and in our like personal text message chat that he strikes me as like a young Cody Rhodes when he first came in, where he didn't have anything going for him. Shout out to Mike for using the emojis or whatever they're called. I don't Twitch. But yeah, no, he reminds me of Cody Rhodes, like a young Cody Rhodes, and then he joined the heel faction in Legacy. Dom joined the Judgment Day. Eventually, he's like I said on Get You, he's gonna come back and have his own wrestling promotion. He's gonna be one of the better wrestlers and win the Royal Rumble and do this whole thing about wanting to win the. See, come on, chat. Am I wrong? Dom Mysterio, yeah or nay?
They're all spitting Dom, so I'm gonna say you're wrong. I am gonna swallow A, the Alpha Academy calling Riddle a clown, and B, Chad Gable defeating Matt Riddle in singles competition, because fuck Matt Riddle, and all the love to Chad Gable and the Alpha Academy.
Yeah, fuck Riddle.
Yeah. Agreed.
So let's talk Curse of Riddle. Just a little bit, right? Just a little bit. We have not seen Elias on TV since he teamed up with Matt Riddle.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
We talked about how the New Day lost, their reign as longest tag team champions and all of this after associating with Matt Riddle. Listen, if at this point in time, ladies and gentlemen, you do not realize that the Curse of Riddle is real, mind you, also, Austin Theory was seen. Now, it doesn't really work because he's okay now, but there were rumors that Kevin Owens was injured. Austin Theory was seen hanging out with Matt Riddle in a video Matt Riddle posted where he was wearing a ski mask, showing that they were hanging out, and then Austin Theory went and possibly minorly injured KO. It's all there, ladies and gentlemen. It's all there.
Also,
and then the cash in and all the bullshit that happened.
Yeah, exactly. I was just about to say that if Theory was indeed riding around with Riddle, that's why he had the worst cash in Money in the Bank history.
It's true. Curse of Riddle's a thing, ladies and gentlemen. Also, I love all of the swallowing Gable, fuck Riddle, Curse of Riddle. That shit's real. Appreciate the love, guys. I really do. I love you all.
This is Matt's biggest accomplishment.
It really is. 5 years of podcasting, the fact that the Curse of Riddle is a thing is my greatest achievement.
It is a thing. You just helped everyone see it.
Jeez.
Katie, spit or swallow?
I'm gonna swallow everything Chase U right now. I'm very invested in what's going on with Duke Hudson and all of that stuff. So I still don't like him kind of creeping on Thea, but I'm intrigued to see where this goes. So I'm gonna swallow Chase U.
Okay. I actually don't have that on my list of NXT stuff, surprisingly.
Huh.
That is
I didn't have that on my list of NXT stuff either.
I'm a little iffy on what the fuck Duke's doing. He threw in the towel. Like, I don't know. I'm interested, but I'm iffy. So, also, Will Gray is a cock tease. I sent him the invite, and he just privately DM'd me and said he was just kidding. It's getting late. He doesn't want to have to leave because he's an old man and can't hang with the young kids this late on a Friday night. So, yeah, if you didn't think I was going to call you out of the podcast for it, well, I don't know what the fuck you were thinking. Vince, spit or swallow?
I'm all done with Raw, so I'm gonna go ahead and swallow
Raw as a whole, or
no? I said I'm done with all my swallows and spits for Raw.
Really? Okay. Well, I got two more. So,
well, there's some stuff that I just didn't talk about because I felt like you guys might have like written them down. But I'm gonna swallow Anthony Bowens versus Shane Swerve Strickland. I thought it was a good match. Anything Acclaimed, I'm all about. The fact that Billy Gunn is still out here trying to catch these hands and fuck up Swerve for fucking up his hands. I'm all about. It was great. It was a great match. I'm all about it.
Music video.
Captain
Insano, baby.
Nah, I'm not gonna spit because I have too much respect for the Acclaim.
I saw somebody say this is the Acclaim's ether.
What?
Nas, are you familiar with Nas? Oh, Jesus Christ, Vince. Justin knows what I'm talking about. So, Justin, at some point, please educate Vicente on Vicente. Please educate Vice on what Nas, ether, all of the good shit. Did you freeze, or are you just making that face? He's just making that face. I can see him. Oh no, he did freeze.
No, I was frozen there for a second.
Oh shit! It looked
got
like
a little too chilly. No, he got a little too chilly in this basement.
But yeah, no, I'm with you. I'm with you 100%. Swallowing that. I enjoyed the music video. Like, I know it was cheesy and corny and stupid and whatever, but like, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed seeing Captain Insano looking like Braun Strowman going to a MAGA rally. Like, good for you. All dressed up in your red, white, and blue with a cape on and shit, bald head and beard.
Yeah.
I'm swallowing the fact that Tozawa still has a job because I forgot he was still employed by the WWE. Like,
true.
Haven't seen this man in months, and then all of a sudden here he is, comes into a poker game, sits down, says he's never played poker before, cleans house, gets a match against Baron Corbin, who is the rightful participant for Stone Cold Steve Austin at WrestleMania 39. Nobody needs it more. Nobody's going to take care of Stone Cold better.
That's
Neither
true.
here nor there. Yeah, so Tozawa being around and also winning, and then being such a cocky bastard, he doesn't even take the money with him when he leaves. Like, he won all that money and then just left it on the table and went out for the match. It was the principle of the matter.
I mean, yeah, exactly.
Gee, Vince, what is up with your internet now?
I whatever happened to Katie's was passed on over to me in her attempt to try to jeopardize my Pornhub Poppy title race. So she's
got that IVD going on right
now.
now.
No, because I'm still having issues, so I didn't give you shit.
ITD? Internet transmitted disease?
Internet transmitted disease. Yeah, maybe that's the title. ITD.
Katie, spit or swallow.
Isn't it your turn?
I just went. I swallowed
Tozawa.
Tozawa.
Yeah, he was swallowing Tozawa.
Oh, Tozawa. Sorry.
Yeah.
I need you both to
There's a
be
lot going
here
on.
with me.
Sorry.
I need both of you here with me. In the
trying.
moment.
I'm here. I am here. I am here.
I'm trying. I'm spitting JD McBobblehead ass. Just being a thing and a constant on NXT. Like,
Dun, dun,
why?
dun.
He's the worst. His head is too big. I don't understand. It bothers me. He bothers me.
Like, could you imagine giving birth to that?
No.
I bet he split his mom straight to the asshole, like all the stitches.
Yeah, that's
like
very.
I had a big head as a
descriptive.
child, but goddamn, not that big.
Hi JJ, I hope you feel better. And the curse of Kinsey Wi-Fi is real.
That is not a thing.
I don't know.
I'm not at my house. This isn't my Wi-Fi. Vagine.
You know, JD's always a spit.
Always.
Yeah. Yeah.
Vince,
speaking of spits, before can I spit my internet? Jesus. No, I'm gonna spit AEW Dynamite once again, starting by shitting the bed and starting with Chris motherfucking Jericho. This is the reason I don't tune into Dynamite Live.
So my very first thing until Vince comes back on my list for AEW is spit Jericho and Sammy, making it so I couldn't enjoy Claudio and Bryan Danielson in a tag team match.
Fair. That is very fair.
I don't know what you said, but I'm sure you said my points exactly.
I said the very first thing on my list, because you were frozen, was Chris Jericho and Sammy making it so I couldn't enjoy having Claudio and Bryan Danielson in a tag team match.
Yeah. That's where I was going.
Not everyone's Wi-Fi. My Wi-Fi is fine. My Wi-Fi is banging right now.
I literally keep checking and watching Matt's mic to see if I freeze.
Oh, because
that
it stops the
movie? Because it pulses.
Okay, see, I know it's not me because you're both not freezing at the same time. So,
okay.
Oh, so I know my internet's trash, and I know he's freezing.
I'm gonna try to start up a fire with some sticks and stones to like warm up this frozen Wi-Fi of mine, and then I'll be right back.
Okay.
Okay.
You got any thoughts on Jericho just existing and it being a spit, Katie?
I mean, I had Claudio winning as like just a gargle because Chris Jericho fucking sucks and ruins everything. And it's a terrible time. And he shouldn't be champion anymore. And I hate it. And he's on the Masked Singer, like I told you.
Every time someone lags, they lose points.
That's not fair.
Katie, again, have not watched that episode of Masked Singer. Stop dropping spoilers. Like, I know it's him, and I know it was right, but like, god damn it, Katie. Ask.
I'm sorry.
What? See, things like Masked Singer.
I haven't spoiled anything Black Panther, though. That's not me. That's everyone else. Anything
that has to do with like Masked Singer, that's Matt and Wifey time. So that is reserved for the weekends. And it's not the weekend yet. So
listen, this week has been so long, I don't even know what day it is.
Swallowing my internet is the best with 15 devices connected. I'm gonna swallow Mr. Rogers taking us to the land of make-believe. And I made that joke on Twitter before the fuck they said it on Raw. I want to be very clear about that before Johnny came out and Johnny fucking was on Twitter before he walked out, saw me say that, and he's like, I'm using that. That I believe that 100%. That's what's going on. Johnny Gargano stalks my Twitter page. Johnny comes down with a reality check, announces Miz versus Loomis in 2 weeks for the contract and back pay that Miz owes him. Miz then escapes before Loomis can get his hands on him and cuddle him back to sleep. I'm enjoying all of this. Love me some Dexter. Johnny's not my favorite part of the whole thing, but this was fine, and Mr. Rogers was fairly entertaining in his little interview segment.
It just rolls off the tongue. Mr. Rogers. That's Pittsburgh. Homegrown, baby. Love me some Mr. Rogers. Yeah. We have a statue of him downtown.
Okay. Katie, spit or swallow?
Oh, I guess I didn't realize I did this. I was swallowing Apollo and JD's match. I literally forgot I had that written down because I was looking over at my spits. So, like, the match itself is fine. I love Apollo, but I just can't stand JD. Like, it's the same thing with, like, I like matches that have Theory in it, like when him and Seth go at it, but I hate Theory. It's the same thing with JD. Like,
why are we talking about JD again? How did that come about?
Because she wanted to swallow Apollo getting the win in the match, even though she spit, and she didn't realize that she had separated the two things in her notes.
I was looking at the other list instead of.
And I didn't realize that I had swallowing Apollo wins and just left JD completely off of my notes and forgot that that's who Apollo had his match with. So,
well, that makes sense. I mean, he's forgettable.
I'm looking forward to Braun versus Apollo as long as Braun doesn't use a spear, which we're going to talk about here in a second. But yeah, no. Apollo getting the win. Geez, what?
That cough sounded kind of rough. Choking.
He's trying to bet.
You choking harder than Theory did cashing in that briefcase.
I do. Ask Kyle. He knows.
Well, Kyle, anyway. Care to elaborate, sir?
I don't think he's here anymore. I think he left. But
he came and he left.
Yeah, no, so I'm all for Apollo Braun. I've been wanting that since Apollo came down.
Yeah.
McDun is out of the way, whatever. When I get to my spits and stuff, swallows, we'll talk about Braun and his situation. But Vince, now that you're back, I did Mr. Rogers. She did the Apollo win. Spit or swallow?
So you talked about Miz then?
Yes.
Fuck, I wanted to talk about that.
Then because why didn't you when we were on Raw? When you said you were on Raw,
I failed to like look at that part of my list. Well, I'll just continue spitting dynamite, and I'm just gonna I'm gonna sound like a hater, and I probably am drinking haterade, but I'm just not feeling this whole MJF mock stuff. I'm just not feeling it. I don't care like this whole underlying story of like, oh, is Rio gonna turn on Mox and join MJF? I don't care. It's literally one of the least exciting matches on the card for me. I'm more excited about Saraya versus Britt Baker. I don't know. Maybe I'm behind the times or something on that feud.
If you're listening to Vince talk about how he doesn't like entertaining things, but not watching the video version because you're listening to audio, there's a comment on the screen right now that says, "Who's looking for a choke?" And while Vince was talking, Katie was like, "Me." Very silently just said, she is looking for a choke.
That's also exclusive.
Also, Will is.
Apparently, Will is. So I did choke. Katie's looking for a choke. Will's looking for a choke. Everyone's out here trying to get choked. Or choking.
Open your mouth wide and take it.
Oh, thank you, JJ. Swallowing that, Katie, and everyone on Twitch.
Oh, JJ's the best. JJ's the best.
I enjoy, like, don't get me wrong, it's not the match I'm most excited for in the card. The match I'm most excited for in the card is big, meaty men slapping motherfucking meat, and we're going to talk about that in a little while. However, I mean, I'm not the biggest Mox fan. I am excited for this match. I enjoy MJF. Apparently, MJF cut a promo on Tony after the whole shit went down and they went off air and called Tony out and all that. I find that MJF entertaining. I am very curious as to what the fuck is going on with MJF. If he's actually a babyface, if Regal's going to turn, if he's just fucking with us some more, if Stokely is going to come out and, attack him for dick riding without a license. Like
he failed. He failed on Dynamite, so I don't think Stokely has any leg to stand on that he can follow through on any threats to MJF. So
listen, just because you fail once doesn't mean you give up forever, Vince.
I don't know, man.
If that was the case, I would stop this podcast after the first 10 minutes.
Not this one, right?
Yeah, no, this specific episode where you and Katie have not had a good Wi-Fi connection the entire fucking time.
I'm great. Well, I started off hot and then I froze a little, but I got my second win,
You've got way too many clothes on to be hot. I thought he was taking the hoodie off and he put a fucking blanket on. Motherfucker. I was like, he's actually stripping. I got all excited.
No.
Kill Bill also said choked by Rhea's thighs and I think choked Guy. I don't know. And then they're giving some love to JJ in the chat. Including 0 hour. There's 13 matches total for Full Gear. That is a big ass spit, but that's also how AEW books fucking everything. That's how Tony books is. He overloads his fucking pay-per-view cards with like 4 hours of fucking content. So
I ain't watching all that shit.
Yeah.
He missed me with that.
I'll hop on the spit train. You guys are spitting. I'll spit with you. Braun versus Caveman Carl. Because A, why the fuck did Von Wagner get a title shot? B, why does Braun Breaker have to win all of his fucking title matches with the goddamn spear? We don't give him the Steiner recliner. He is a fucking Steiner. I would rather see him do the Steiner recliner or, the Accolade or whatever the fuck Miro calls it in AEW. Like, I'd rather see that. Yeah, the fucking breaker. Whatever he wants to call it. I'd rather see that than see him
Braun's breaker.
Do a spear like Roman, like Bobby, like fucking everybody that does a fucking spear right now. I'm so sick of this shit. Let him be. I am losing interest in Braun Breaker because he's not entertaining or original anymore. He has that fucking body press front slam move that he's not even winning matches with, and he goes for it, he can't even get. And he just reverts to the fucking spear, and it's ruining Braun Breaker for me. It really is. Like I used to love Big Bad Booty Breaker. It was all about Big Bad Booty breaking. Now I'm just like, fuck you, stop spearing people.
Yeah.
Oh man. Well. Yeah, I concur.
Honestly, I have not real
Will,
talk.
You know what? Will has the solutions here. He should use the gore instead of a spear. He should train with Rhino.
Fuck you both. It's the same move. Listen, real talk, real quick. I have not been enjoying NXT as of late, and I don't know if it's like that whole they went out and stopped getting indie wrestlers and they started focusing on college athletes, and outside of like Carmelo Hayes and maybe one or two other people like Toxic Attraction, there's just not a lot that I really give a fuck about in NXT right now. I don't know if it's Shawn Michaels, getting the full book after Vince left and me just not enjoying Shawn Michaels' book. I don't know what it is. NXT for years was my favorite show. I am not enjoying watching NXT, and it is a struggle. Like I look at my notes and there's so much detail. Literally every note is just one line: spit this, swallow this, swallow this, swallow that. Like there's no detail in it because I'm watching it. I'm not like really, really invested in the fucking show. I'm not. And it's sad because I fucking loved NXT. I really did.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. It's tough to see it. You don't really know what it is because initially, like, you can't even say it's like, oh, it's just like, oh, they're going after athletes or whatever. Sean can't book because he can't see. Fuck. Okay, that's that. You're not wrong. You're not wrong, but you didn't have to say it.
That is not the problem. The problem is Sean can see. He absolutely can see. The problem is he's reading two different scripts at the same time and he's confusing everything. That's the problem.
Oh fuck! That's we should that's what we shouldn't be laughing at that. But going back to what Matt's saying, I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was the fact that they wanted to pivot to what 2.0 was going to be, and then they pivot back to like a little bit of a little bit of black and gold, and now it's like a mix of everything and doesn't know what it wants to be. I feel like that's the biggest issue with NXT is that it's trying to do a little bit of like some like 2.0 and black and gold stuff at the same time. It's just not meshing well. It's like what is it like oil and water don't mix? It's the same. Like in Spanish, it's aceite.
That is correct, Vince. You did that right, and I'm proud of you. You got it right.
Can I?
What was it in Spanish?
Can I play with your butt now?
No. Hey, no. Is that what oil and water don't mix in Spanish is? Can I play with your butt now? Because that's a really weird translation.
No, I was just trying to pivot.
Could you imagine like sitting down and trying to explain something to somebody and having Vince tell you that and thinking that like you're like at a Mexican restaurant and you're like,
You know, I saw a TikTok this week where it's like, how do you say the food was delicious in Spanish? And the guy tells the girl, "Me duele el culo," and she says that to the waiter, and it was just like the funniest thing ever. And probably right, Matt. If I feel like I could get away with something like that, I probably would.
Like if the waitress brought me food and it was two things that didn't go together, and I looked at her and I wanted to tell her, you know, it's like oil and water, they don't go together, but instead I said, "Can I play with your butt?" I don't like.
I say you go for it. I say you shoot your shot.
I'm not trying to get divorced. First off,
I say
I love my wife.
Shoot your shot. Pretend like you're Carmelo Hayes. You don't miss, Matt.
You've been shooting your shot all night at this, and you've been missing repeatedly. So,
as far as we know, well, I like the main one that I've been wanting is Will, and Will is on the menu. Will is full course Will.
Did you just call him Whale?
That's Will. Full course Will.
Full course whale.
Hey, what? Oh, what?
Katie Spitter Swallow.
Wait. What did Justin say? I can't read that. I can't pronounce it, and I'm afraid to pronounce it correctly.
All I know is you keep saying the word, which makes you what it is.
Shin.
Where are you getting shin from?
Shin? Where are you getting shin?
Oh, wait, that's a P.
Yeah, sphincter. Then sphincter. Sphincter.
Sphincter.
Yes.
That doesn't. Wait, what does sphincter mean?
Google it. Well,
no, hold up.
Swallows.
No, come on. Let's unpack this one.
No, you Google it. I'm gonna do my thing. Like
I'm trying to get back on track, Jesus. I'm trying.
I am not trying. I'm trying to Gulo, thank you, Will. Let's go back to Matt's butt. That's where we should.
No, Google sphincter, Katie Spitter Swallow.
Gulo.
I'm gargling, I guess. The contract signing for Wesley and Carmelo Hayes. Wesley just doesn't really do it for me, but Carmelo Hayes with the one-liners, he said, "Don't make me first 48 you in front of all these people." I said, "Sir." It's the things he says are so out of pocket sometimes, but they work. That man is money. I don't want him challenging for the NA title anymore. He needs to go after Braun, take the title of Braun. Or just send him just straight up to the main roster at this point. If you're not going to give him the fucking NXT title, just send him to the main roster.
That's the other issue that I'm having with NXT is like, obviously Carmelo Hayes should now move on from the North American title, and they're not. They keep sticking him here and having him take losses. Like, no, have him go for Braun. Why are we still like, I get it. It was the A title. He made it. No, he needs to move on. Also, Sideshow Bob being Wesley. Sideshow Bob is a character from The Simpsons. You can Google that along with Sphincter. We're gonna move on.
No, I know what Sideshow Bob. I thought he was talking about like Ancient Andy or whatever.
No, I knew. No, that's.
I thought he was making.
Not important. What's important here is what we're talking about. Carmelo Hayes, Wesley. I'm swallowing it specifically for Booker T and Carmelo Hayes because they were fun together. That was entertaining as shit. So that
Booker
gets a swallow.
Hating Trick is probably one of my new favorite things.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why does he hate Trick so much?
I don't care. It's great.
It's fun. It's a good time.
It is.
Good times all around.
Vince, if you're done Googling sphincter and stuff, spit or swallow.
I'm gonna swallow on the fact that SmackDown has successfully turned me around on the idea of Brawling Brutes and Drew McIntyre versus Bloodline, because as you recall last week, I was not feeling the pairing of those teams against each other in War Games. But the promo tonight, Sheamus doing dope things, referencing the mic cutting off last week, Drew and Sheamus being buds. Butch saying War Games. What's his name? I'm trying to blank on the fourth member that was in the ring. Oh, help me out here.
Ridge Holland.
Rich Holland. Rich the Fridge out here sounding like he's better on the mic. It was all good. Sammy coming out. The whole interaction was fantastic, leading to the main event, which was Butch versus Sami Zayn. Butch got the dub, so that's a coherent swallow where Butch is advancing versus Santos Escobar, so that's going to be a fantastic match. And then Roman coming out, and then Kevin Owens being revealed. So I'm swallowing everything Bloodline, Brawling Brutes, War Games set up. It was all fantastic. I loved it, and it was just all good stuff.
Would you like to hear how Matt took notes for this entire?
Yes.
Vince, would you? Since it was your
Of course.
Okay.
1,000%. Like, I don't think you should ever ask.
Swallowing Brawling Brutes opening promo, teasing the fifth man. Sammy says, "We don't care how big the fifth man's dick is going to show Butch how big Sammy's dick is tonight. They tell Sammy the fifth man's dick is so big he will be shitting pancakes. Jay is all in Sammy's ass backstage about saying they will win. Jimmy is the voice of reason. They start looking for who the fifth man is without Sammy, and then we get Butch versus Sammy, big brawl after. KO is the fifth man."
Specifically swallowing Sami Zayn saying "Usi in the sky with diamonds" in his promo. Because he's fantastic.
He's feeling Usi in the sky with diamonds.
Honorary, Sammy
doesn't care how big anyone's dick is.
That's the energy I love.
That doesn't matter.
I mean, it can.
That doesn't matter.
It can, man. It's not crucial. But
you do realize now that you said size doesn't matter, this is going to have to be the part of the show that we cut out, and it's probably going to have to be the name of the show.
Okay.
The title of the show is going to be Size Doesn't Matter at this point.
You're welcome. I helped you out.
There you go. Someone write it down so we don't forget, because we always forget at the end.
I don't think I'll forget Size Doesn't Matter. That's a phrase a lot of men wait their entire lives to hear women say. There are whole clips on fucking YouTube, Facebook, everywhere where it's just guys going around asking, hoping girls are going to say no. So
speaking of clips that I've seen online, I saw a clip on YouTube of a Bella Danger answering the question of whether or not you'd prefer a guy coming quickly or lasting longer, and she said, "I'd prefer a guy to come quicker," because she takes it as a badge of honor or a sense of pride. That was my pussy was so good that I came so quick. So shout out to Bella Danger. She's on here probably in the video below.
Vince out here just happy that someone appreciates him coming quick.
I mean, the Bella Danger has that effect on people.
Actually, that should be the title. Do you think that's too long? Can we make that happen? Size doesn't matter, but Wi-Fi does.
Size doesn't matter. Wi-Fi, but Wi-Fi. Depending on the thumbnail.
Okay.
You could always just take out butt.
No, butt is crucial. Butts are crucial, Katie. I've been trying to get in Matt's all day. All night.
You're disgusting. Stop it.
And you're not going to.
But it's all about the journey. It's all about the journey there.
Permanently closed for business.
It was never open.
Butts are crucial. There you go. That's that. I'm gonna put that somewhere. I have to save that somewhere. Maybe that butts are crucial, Matt.
I don't even remember. Oh, Vince went because we were doing the whole.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I just
so it's on me
all over the place.
I'm spitting Zoe Stark's promo on NXT. It was rough. I did not enjoy it. It was coarse like sand, and I am Anakin Skywalker. and I hate it. Yeah. It's coarse and irritating, and I hate it. I hate it so much.
It was pretty bad. They just tried, but so I said no for me, dog.
It's gonna be enough for me. Facts. I didn't watch NXT, so I'm just going based off of what you guys said. Look, Matt, you said lately NXT has been bad. Last week, Katie was like, "Oh, it wasn't that good." Fuck, I'm not gonna waste my time to watch it. Then this week, I'm in another group chat, and it's like, "Yeah, NXT's kind of rough this week. I don't know if I should watch it." I'm like, "Okay, well, fuck, I'm not gonna watch NXT then."
Well, you don't have to take other people's opinions for themselves, like your own.
I value everyone's opinions.
You should form your own opinion and watch it and be like, I didn't like it, or at least give it a chance and be like, I didn't like it. But also, the way we do the show is it's whatever you watched. So you don't have to pretend and agree with shit that we're saying as if you watched it. If you didn't, I'm not watching NXT. I didn't like, I watched Rampage. I took 0 notes for Rampage. Rampage did not interest me at all tonight.
Well, I agree with the stuff that based off what you're saying that I agree with. I'm forming my opinion off of your opinion.
Okay.
I think that's fair.
Katie, can you form an opinion on whether or not you spit or swallow something?
I can. I am swallowing the main event of NXT, Last Woman Standing match, Alba Fire, Mandy Rose, the appearance and the debut of Isla Dawn. Fuck yes. Another badass woman on the roster. NXT's women's roster, top tier. They have a lot of talent there and a lot of different storylines with the women that aren't all centered around titles. I love that. And they need to do more of that. Continue across all brands. So
that's really the only thing NXT is doing right is the women, and Isla Dawn looked fantastic.
She's gorgeous. I don't know if she was there in support of Mandy or just to fuck with Alba, because obviously NXT UK was a thing and there's rivalries there. So, like, I'm all about it.
I support both her siding with Mandy or fucking with Alba Fire. But I have a question. So, is Isla Dawn or is it Isla Dawn?
It's Isla Dawn. It's not not Isla de la Muerte. Like, it's not an island. Her name is Isla. It's Isla Dawn.
Because like I keep watching Shalee's Showcase every week, and Katie keeps calling calling her Isla Dawn, and I'm like, have I been wrong this whole time, or is she pulling the Justin where she's pronouncing her Io Shirai?
Isla Dawn.
Isla. Whatever. Who the fuck cares?
No, I was just having a genuine question. I want to be able to pronounce her name because I actually like her as a wrestler, so I want to pronounce her name correctly, unlike other wrestlers.
Katie's got a little Captain Jack Sparrow in her. It's cool. Like, do your thing.
I'm trying my fucking best.
Yes. Vince, spit or swallow?
I'm gonna go ahead and swallow everything Bray Wyatt and LA fucking Knight, because Bray Wyatt came out, LA Knight interrupted him. Bray Wyatt trying to turn the other cheek, gave him a free shot, said, "Okay, we're even, we're square," and then LA Knight fucking around, finding out, he caused his own demise. He caused his own demise.
That is not what happened. What happened was Bray Wyatt came out and said, listen, got a little hasty. I've been preconditioned to kind of be a hothead and be a violent person, and I feel bad about it. And I want to apologize to LA Knight. And LA Knight came out running his fucking mouth, talking his shit like, hey, so I think you respect me, this and that, blah, blah, blah. And then gets in the ring, and Bray didn't put himself out there to be slapped. LA Knight was just a little bitch about it and walked up and stopped talking mid-sentence and slapped Bray. And then he's like, hey, it's cool. Like, now we're even.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to get to. I was trying to get to the fact that Bray was trying to be the bigger man and look the other cheek and apologize for what he did.
In most cases, Bray's the bigger man in the pants.
Oh, I would only assume so, but we'd have to confirm with JoJo just to be sure.
That's JoJo.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, what was that, Katie?
I said size doesn't matter. Why are we still talking about this?
I mean, it doesn't matter, but it's a crucial detail to have.
Also, hi Bakley. So then after getting slapped and be like, oh, no, we're even now, like we're good, right? Bray again trying to be the bigger man. He's like, you know what? I'm pissed off. I kind of want to fucking tear you to shreds, but hey, listen, you're right. We're even. So the next decision you make is going to affect the rest of your life. And Bray put his hand out for fucking LA Knight to shake it. And what does he do? He pauses, he hesitates, and then, like the bitch that he is, he slaps Bray again and signs his own motherfucking death warrant, which is proof because after he went in the back and talked some shit, LA Knight found dead and buried backstage. That is the last time we saw that man.
I don't know if that's necessarily the headline.
They could have put a fucking chalk outline around him. Gone. Soul taken.
Like, where did all of that stuff even come from? Like,
he brought it out of his ass. I don't fucking care. Bray Wyatt just
asses today. Are you going through something? You were talking about
I feel like he's going through ass withdrawal now that Melissa is not around.
I think that's definitely what it is.
No, that's not what it is.
Sir.
I've always been an ass man.
Really? Because you like Riley Reid, and there's not much of an ass there.
Not wrong.
It's not like a big butt, but it's a shapely butt. It's not about the size. Doesn't matter, Matt. We just established it. Jesus.
I do have a nice ass. Though.
Say what?
I mean, I guess it does make sense. I do have a nice ass. You like to jerk off the guys that look like me, like.
Yeah, throwing Matt, throwing the Bella Danger, Riley Reid. It's a whole je ne sais quoi, or whatever the fuck Benji calls it.
Anyway, they could have chalk outlined him. Dude's dead. Like Undertaker was digging holes and taking souls. Fucking Bray Wyatt fingering holes and taking souls. Like that's his thing.
Right? No, wait a minute.
Fingering holes. See, there we go.
Yeah, because he does the mandible claw.
Okay.
It all connects. It all connects. It's all a thing.
What were you guys thinking?
I was thinking exactly.
I don't know. The theme of tonight, I can see is
that is Vince's theme. I'm not about that.
I don't know what's going on.
Ooh, that's not good.
Oh no! Wait, so is Allison saying that size does matter? I
think she is. I think. You know what? I could see Allison being a size queen. I really could. Like, I could see that.
Well,
and there's nothing wrong with that. Like, if you like him big, you like him big, Allison. You do your thing.
Maybe she's not saying in terms of like.
That's why she hangs out with
talking about girth. Maybe the girth is what matters. And the hoochie daddy shorts.
I am swallowing Samoa Joe, explaining why he attacked Wardlow, saying that if anyone has a problem, they can come see him. Will Hobbs coming down to fight, but before he can even get in the ring, Wardlow's music playing, Wardlow coming in from behind the way Vince likes it, us getting big meaty men slapping meat, and a triple threat match at All for Glory, Bound for Out, Bull, Fall, Fuck, whatever that one there.
You named like Impact ones. Pretty sure you said Bound for Glory somewhere in there. That's not the show.
Bound for Glory holes or some shit.
Bound for Glory hole.
Yeah, no, I'm all for those three men getting in a ring and just beating the living dog shit out of each other.
Big beating.
Wardlow's not a thing anymore, thankfully.
No, Samoa Joe ended it. Samoa Joe's like, fuck this bitch. Like,
it as he should have. He was in every one of his rights. He was full of his rights.
Well, no, some of us do want to fuck Wardlow, so we wish.
Well, Joe fucked him up, so.
I mean,
close enough.
Hey.
Where's the leak, ma'am?
There you I mean, listen, all three men, big meaty men. That's what we're about here. 10 out of 10.
Say what?
Stupid. And also Wardlow's fantastic ability to just clear the ring with that over the top. I saw somebody tweet. It might have been Public Enemies. I talked about it on She Elite. He's Jeff Hardy's moveset in Batista's body.
I don't know if that makes me like him less
with
or more.
That specific dive.
It makes me like him less. Because Jeff Hardy.
I will always love Wardlow.
But because fuck Jeff Hardy.
No.
Captain.
Katie, spit or swallow.
Let me swallow my water. I think I'm gonna swallow Britt Baker's promo, surprisingly. It kind of ended up being a babyface promo in a way, but this is the best she's been in a long time. Like, she's not doing the stupid conspiracy theory shit. She didn't have anyone with her doing the DMD stuff. It was her just talking to the camera. You could see the emotion in her eyes. Everything she was saying about Saraya, I mean, it was right. Like, Britt kind of became the centerpiece, the glue for AEW's very tragic women's division. But she was like the only one at the time with a character who got mic time, and she took all the advantages she could. So she's not wrong in anything she was saying. And Saraya's been on the shelf, and she wasn't here. She wasn't wrestling. I was about it.
And you're from Pittsburgh, so it makes sense. I'm with you, but as a whole, I'm just swallowing the fact that we're getting Saraya versus Britt, no title involved, and then we're getting Jade versus Nyla, and we're getting Tony versus Jamie, and we had that face off. 3 women's matches on an AEW pay-per-view. Them doing something with their women's division is a swallow in general. I am most excited out of the 3 matches for Saraya versus Britt. I am a Saraya fan. I am looking forward to seeing what and how she does in the ring. So there is that aspect as well. I don't know how I feel about babyface Britt, because last time we had babyface Britt, it was shit.
Yeah. I mean, we'll give it. I'll give it another shot because it's been a long time. I mean, it was one.
Depends on how they handle it. It depends. It's all about execution with the babyface Britt angle. Honestly, I don't know. I'm still looking forward to the match. It's the match I'm looking forward to the most, but it's just kind of like, I don't know how I feel. I'm not sure who I'm supposed to be rooting for, because I still don't feel like Britt's the full-on babyface for me. For me,
she's not.
Yeah, I don't know. It kind of sounds. I don't know. I like to be dictated and told who I should be rooting for. I want to cheer for the babyface and boo the heel.
I've been trying to dictate and tell you who you should be rooting for, and you fucking fight me at every fucking turn.
Yeah, but that's part of the game.
Listen,
part of the dynamic.
I will dictate you all day if you want me to, Vince.
As long as I can dictate you.
You can't. That's the thing. This is not a give and take.
It should
be.
You need
to understand that.
This is why Will's the thing. This is why Will's the thing.
And you can dictate Will all day long. I don't care. Like,
I'll let Will dictate me.
Vince, spit or swallow?
I'm gonna swallow Shotzi getting the dub tonight. Shotzi. She's out here getting dubs, getting wins over Shayna Baszler, even though it was via distraction from Raquel, who we don't claim. But yeah, shout out to Shotzi. She's getting the dubs, man. She's getting some wins.
I also have Shotzi defeats Shayna. Mind you, again, SmackDown just getting me points and points and points with Sammy, with Shotzi, with Bray, just fantasy points all over the place. Shotzi gets the win, spitting the fact that Raquel had to be there. But yeah, anytime Shotzi wins, it's a big swallow.
Does that mean Raquel's probably going to challenge Ronda next?
Yeah,
I don't want that.
I don't want it either. Because that would force me in a situation where I'd be rooting for Ronda, so I blame Raquel for that.
I will root for either.
I'm getting behind Ronda as long as she's with Shayna. Those two together, like I'm not getting behind her as in like I really like her now, but I enjoy her a lot more with Shayna than I did without. So
kind of like you enjoy Theory more now that he's lost the briefcase.
That is correct. Which is, I told you, it was a means to an end, and we got there. And now Theory's more enjoyable. So
I guess, man,
as stupid as it was, it served a purpose.
And the whole week is what it earned them.
Yeah, no, we know. I am going to swallow the Iron Survivor match. I know everyone's like, it's just King of the Mountain without. I don't give a fuck. I didn't watch King of the Mountain matches. I didn't watch TNA. It sounds like a cool concept, and the one thing that this concept does not need is a fucking ladder. So the fact that they took a cool concept and removed the one stupid part of it, where not only is it a ladder, but then you climb the ladder to hang the belt up. Like that is the dumbest part of that whole concept. But an Iron Survivor match for the men and the women, big swallow.
Okay. Do you have the rules in front of you, or do either of you guys?
No, but I can tell you. Oh, go ahead, Katie.
2 competitors start. Every 5 minutes, another competitor comes out. They do that until all competitors come out. 25-minute time limit. You win by pinfall, submission, or disqualification. If you are subject to a fall, I guess, you have 90 seconds in the penalty box. Person with the most wins, falls at the end of the 25 minutes, becomes #1 contender.
Okay, so based on the rules, it sounds like a modified alternative version of the championship scramble, because that starts off with 2 competitors. Every 5 minutes, a competitor joins until all 5 competitors are in the ring. But the thing with that the catch was that there was no penalty box, and whoever got the pin was the active world champion at the time and had to remain champion till the deadline. So technically, we had Brian Kendrick as WWE champion for a cup of tea, but it wasn't official because he wasn't the champion when the time limit ended. So it sounds very similar. It's initially the way Shawn Michaels explained it, because I saw the video. I didn't watch NXT like I mentioned, but I saw the video, and the way people were talking about it, it sounded like just like the clusterfuck match to me. And I have to see it in action to see how it plays out. I don't know. At first, I was spitting it. Then I was gargling it. Now I'm swallowing a little bit of it, but I'm still going to gargle until I watch the match.
I'm with Will. I'm swallowing the idea of the match. We'll see how it's executed. But it being a #1 contenders thing where the winners of both of these matches become #1 contenders for it is a cool way to build somebody up into that spot. It is something that 100%. I have not seen in WWE. Again, I know it's the King of the Mountain without. I don't give a fuck about TNA. So like, let it be the King of the Mountain without the ladder. The ladder's stupid. WWE did it better. That is what I'm hearing. That is what you were telling me.
I'm more so excited about who's going to be in the matches.
Yeah, that's a key piece too, because who is, depending on who's in the match, is going to determine whether or not I'm invested in the match. So I'm with you there, Katie. So it's really going to depend on who's in there. No H and Andy, please. Or JD McDundum. Or, yeah.
Katie, spit or swallow?
Kind of just spitting, carrying cross, and this Madcap Moss stuff. I'm not a big carrying cross person. Scarlett is the right piece for this. I did see somebody tweet that we might be getting Scarlett and Emma next week.
That'd be cool.
I don't know if that's confirmed, because they're kind of teasing the whole Emma and Madcap thing because they're together in real life. So if we get that match, I'm about it, because I've been wanting to see Scarlett wrestle.
Yeah, and if not, hopefully it happens on Scarlett's OnlyFans.
She no longer has an OnlyFans. We talked about this. They actually shut that shit down.
They did.
However,
maybe it's a collaborative one they can start up together.
Signed AEW wrestler Paige Van Zandt has one, and you can go check that out. So
True.
Yeah, no. So this is not, in my opinion, the feud that is going to help get crossover. I don't care about Madcap. I still hate the fact that we're calling him Madcap, especially after the gimmick's dead.
Yeah.
So
he needs a gimmick, period. He needs a gimmick because right now he's coming out like a New Japan young boy in just nothing but black trunks. So I'm gonna need that man to like do something. At least when he was doing the Madcap Moss gimmick, it was an actual gimmick. So I don't know. He needs something. He needs something. I agree.
Vince, bitter swallow.
I'm all out of the ones I have, but I can quickly spit the fact that the Elite are coming back because I was enjoying Dynamite without the Elite.
I agree with that. Like, don't get me wrong. I know everyone's like, it's gonna be Death Triangle versus the Elite, and if you're an Elite fan, like, I'm happy for you. I am. Like,
I'm not.
Some Elite fans, just like some Sasha Banks fans or some fans of any specific wrestler, annoy the fuck out of me. They do. But like, if you are an Elite fan, this is something that is going to get people to buy the pay-per-view that you're excited. Like, I am happy that there was something there for you. It is all Elite wrestling. They did have a huge hand in starting this company. Like, it is what it is. So like,
I don't think I like you talking positively about either the Young Bucks or Kenny Omega. This sounds weird. This feels weird. This feels like you're trying something new in the bedroom, and I'm just not feeling it. And I'm just not all about it. I need.
So you're not listening to anything I'm saying?
No, whatsoever. Not whatsoever. F the Elite,
Exactly.
F the Elite, and F the Elite, because if they get the titles, which they're most likely gonna get, I'm gonna be fucking pissed. And that kind of just like lends credence to my statement that I made a few weeks back that the Death Triangle are literally just a placeholder trios champions until the Elite come back, which is why I wasn't taking their title reigns seriously when I was talking about booking Latino wrestlers in AEW and WWE.
Bagley said, I'll only be happy if the Elite win if Adam Cole comes back and reunites with the Kingdom and they come after the Elite like Cole promised. Yes, Katie?
Again, dirt sheets, and we don't really trust dirt sheets, but it's apparently not really looking good for Adam Cole since his concussion, and that makes me very, very sad.
Yeah.
So I just want to throw that out there. But back to the match. I suggested on She Elite that Death Triangle, Penta and Phoenix finally come to their senses, use a hammer, they all use a hammer, beat the Elite, cause an uproar. I think it'd be funny. I think it'd be like, yeah, well, they came back, they lost, they can do something else. Ha ha ha. Regardless, the Elite are probably going to win, but I like throwing my own twist on it because they don't.
I just like the idea of raining on all of the Elite fans' parades and having them be like, they're coming back, they're going to get the titles, and then they don't. Like, I'm cool with that.
I would hope not. I will hope they don't get the titles because also, too, granted, like you can always say that it was maybe not their fault and they should have been better about it, but like they just got suspended. They came coming back from a suspension to get titles back. That's kind of like letting the locker room know and the fans know that, yeah, they can fucking do what they want. They're going to get suspended and slapped on their hand for like a little bit, to save face, but then they get their shit back, If they get their titles back, fine, but maybe not their first match back. Sorry, Katie, I wasn't trying to cut you off.
No, you're good. I thought you were done talking. Sorry.
I was going to say, technically, she was cutting you off because you were still talking, but
I'm never done
please
talking.
go ahead. I know, you never shut the fuck up.
I also suggested, now that, like, whoever wins the match, regardless, House of Black comes out, and they're the rightful next challengers for the trios titles.
I'm going to need them to wait till Dynamite because right now, so in my fantasy league, I had Malachi in my injured reserve spot, and I had Abaddon active, and then Abaddon got hurt, which sucks. So now I need to wait till Sunday so that I can swap them. So I'm going to need them to wait till Wednesday to show up and challenge whoever wins that match so I can get the points for Malachi coming in.
That's fine.
But I'm with you on that.
Yeah, like House of Black, they need to come back. And
honestly,
being...
I'm sorry.
No. Go ahead.
When Pac was talking, for whatever reason, and I'm probably the only person in the fucking universe who didn't think this, but the Elite were the farthest thing from my mind. I thought he was talking about House of Black because he was talking about, like, we've seen the videos and this and that. And I think Aleister Black. I don't think about fucking Blow Mega and the Cucks. Like, it doesn't, my brain doesn't work that way. I know everyone else definitely thought them. And when there was a certain point in the promo, I'm like, oh, duh, the Elite. But I thought he was talking about the House of Black coming back. That's where my brain went immediately.
If you like listen to like the first like part of the promo, then yeah, you can definitely think House of Black. But then he said, I can't remember like the specific thing he said, and you're just like, oh fuck, it's the Elite.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, fuck the Elite.
Along with this, I'm gonna swallow to tag on since we're talking about Death Triangle. The match, Death Triangle versus Top Flight and AR Fox, was a great fucking match. And AR Fox got offered a contract afterwards, 15-year vet. So happy for him. Got to go out there, wrestle, never thought that he was going to get a contract offered to him, all that shit. So, yeah. And it's nice having broken Martin back, who can't seem to stay healthy. So please don't get hurt. Dude, that man has spent more time on the shelf than he has in the ring.
Listen,
the entire time he's been under contract.
Man, he's not wrong though.
I know he's not wrong, but this past time wasn't his fault. He literally got into a car accident.
Exactly. If Darius Martin can stay healthy.
I agree. I'm not disagreeing. Like, having Top Flight back as a whole is fantastic. But I'm just playing devil's advocate. I'm pretty sure it was a car accident, either the first time or this time, that had him on the shelf.
Is there any way we can place the blame of Darius' health concerns on the Curse of Riddle? Has he had interactions with Matt Riddle?
Possibly on the Indies, but I cannot confirm that, and we do not take the Curse of Riddle into conspiracy theory territory.
No, well, so I'm not trying to take okay. So I'm not trying to go to conspiracy theory territory. I'm trying to see if we can investigate and get to the bottom of it to further get the answers we need.
That is your homework for next week.
I probably won't do it.
He will not do it.
Then you shouldn't have brought it up, fucker.
You know damn well he won't do it.
Oh.
On the subject of Matt Riddle, kind of, my last spit and or swallow is I'm spitting New Day's choice in white friends. New Day has terrible taste in the white people that they choose to hang out with, whether it be Matt Riddle, now Braun Strowman. They got into the 6-man tag team match with Gunther and the boys, and they're like, we're going to get a friend. And honestly, again, for whatever reason, maybe I'm fucking stupid, but I'm sitting there and I'm like, oh, who could their partner be? And not once did Braun Strowman cross my mind, and it should, because it's happened repeatedly, but I don't think about the fucker. So, like, it didn't pop into my head, oh, it's going to be Braun Strowman at all. And they came out, and then I was sadly disappointed. And I'm like, why do you only, like, because, like, they had KO, right? But, like, they had KO when he was a shitbag and turned on them and did mean things. Like,
but that was that's a respectable white person.
He is a respectable white person in general. However, at the time, they picked the wrong time to pick KO. They hung out with Matt Riddle. They hang out with fucking Braun. Like, you guys have terrible terrible taste in white friends. I would like to be your friend. I would like to hang out with you, Xavier Woods and Kofi and Big E, and show you like what a cool white person could be without, the curses and the Braun bullshit and betrayal. Like, let me be your white friend. I'll be the honorary New Day member, the one white guy you guys hang out with. Like, let me be that for you, please, because terrible choices.
I mean, you're not wrong in the slightest.
Oh man, the way Matt's like, let me be your white friend.
Let me be your white friend. Apparently, there's a Dante Rivera who fought Matt Riddle in the UFC and then immediately lost his job afterwards. So we're now bridging the curse of Riddle to other sports.
That sounds right.
So yes, New Day's Terrible Taste and White Friends. That is my final spit and swallow. Well, it's a spit, but spit and or swallow for the evening. Katie, you got any more?
I have one final swallow. I mean, he was mentioned earlier, but that was on Raw, on SmackDown. Mustafa Ali versus Ricochet. Those two are some of, like, if you like flippy shit, this is your type of match. If you don't like the flippy shit, you don't watch this match. And that's fine. That's your prerogative. You do whatever you want to do. But I love Mustafa Ali and I love Ricochet. So the fact that we got this match on SmackDown and it slapped, it banged, hell yeah. Let's go.
I will give Pretty Ricky credit for calling Braun Strowman out on his fucked up comments and everything, and then I'm actually referencing it on the show. So
yeah,
I was just about to say that. I was waiting for Katie to finish. I'm like, shout out to Ricochet. Like, fuck Braun Strowman. Fuck all the terrible white people, whether it's Braun Strowman or Matt Riddle or the Elite.
We're just going to move on because I don't know how to properly articulate what I was going to say, and it's just not going to come out right. But
I have an idea. I think I have an idea of what you're going to say.
I don't know.
We'll talk about it after.
Yeah, that'll be post-show conversation after I go pee. Vince, you're all out of spits and swallows, correct?
I'm all out of spits or swallows.
What was your favorite show you watched this week?
SmackDown. SmackDown's been consistent.
Well, you're probably going to say SmackDown because of Bray and Shotzi, so I don't know if it necessarily matters what I say.
You can say whatever you want to say. It matters. Your opinion matters.
Just like size matters. Or was it? If you ask Allison, she begged to differ.
And that's fine. Prerogatives. I'm going to go Dynamite. I really like Dynamite.
You are both incorrect. I'm going to go Raw because Matt Riddle lost the match, and that trumps everything, especially to Chad Gable.
Okay.
Over a Shotzi win and Bray Wyatt fucking LA Knight up?
He didn't. I mean, he did, but he didn't fuck him up on camera. On camera, he just got slapped in the face twice. And then for all we know, LA Knight befell some horrible accident in the back where something collapsed on top of him. And I don't appreciate you accusing Bray of that kind of assault. This is a new Bray. This is a happy Bray. This is a sweet Bray who is apologetic. He is not angry or vindictive. And allegedly attacked LA Knight.
Allegedly.
Riddle lost. Fuck Riddle. I'm going Raw.
The World Cup is not pointless, Bakley. There's a whole bunch of soccer teams trying to win it. It's very important to them.
Katie, plug yourself, please.
Oh, okay, cool. You can follow me on Twitter because it's still a thing, apparently. Katie Wrestling 13, link to your Mavati Galloping Sheila Showcase. Twitch.tv/Sheila Showcase, typically Thursday, 6 p.m. Eastern, except this week. Well, this upcoming week will be Wednesday after Dynamite. It might just be me, Savannah, to be determined. YouTube.com/Sheila Showcase. Watch the videos because they're way more entertaining. Anchor, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, if you like to listen. She Leads the Brands, the weekly show we do, Inside the Mind of, newest episode with Dylan from World Elite is up. I have one with RN coming out in 2 weeks, I think. What else I do? In the Crowd's coming back next week with Just and his cousin Rob. Daryl didn't make it, and that's okay. He was in surgery, the whole thing. We talked about it on the show. I don't even know what I do anymore. Savannah has 2 shows coming out next week. Storytime with Katie Kinsey Bebe. I do a lot. I'm one woman.
You need to take a week off.
Vince.
No. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at SCS Vince. Linktree in my bio takes you everything straight talk, create your world. Everything is in there. Go ahead, download, subscribe, follow everything. We did a LA Lakers Woes podcast with Young Kings Wrestling, TC of Young Kings Wrestling. So check that shit out. Also, we're gonna be talking about the Bulls and how they upset me. So look out for that this coming Monday, Tuesday. Either that or the Black Panther review. So there's that. So
there's that. You can follow me at Ritter. That's ZMATZRDDER on Twitter only. That is MATTRIDDER. Also, Getting Off, which is our horror podcast. You can follow that at Getting Off on Twitter only as well. Smackin' It Raw has a link tree where you guys can find everything Smackin' It Raw, including where you're watching us now, and on Pornhub, linktree/Smackin' It Raw, Facebook.com/group/Smackin' It Raw. Everything you want, you guys can find there. For Miss Katie Kinsey Bay and Daddy Delgado Vince, I am the patron saint of podcast and the Warden Matt Ritter, and I will not be here when we get back, but I will be here for the post show, but not when we get back. Vince, close.
there you go.
God.
And we back. We back.
That's why he wanted you to wrap it up, because he had to pee.
I didn't care. Like he didn't like rush you. He didn't have to rush me.
He probably
That's
was.
rude.
I wasn't even looking.
I didn't even look
I was
either.
trying to figure out all the fucking shows I did.
Whatever.
Anyway, guys, how do y'all enjoy Black Panther since Matt's not here? Wakanda Forever.
It was a nice movie. I liked it.
No,
Beautifully
well,
shot.
I'm not a fan of people peeing during podcasts.
You literally do it all the time.
No, I don't.
Get up
On
to pee?
screen? On screen?
You didn't specify on screen. You just said people peeing on podcasts.
I'm not peeing on I never once peed on a podcast.
But you
I've
got
left
me
to go pee during a podcast recording.
That's what I'm talking about.
Wait, what do you mean it's my card, Bakley? Come on. No, it's not.
Oh, I feel so much better. Fucking Christ.
Yes. Better? Good. And as he chucks another Coke.
Yeah, I
Feel
said I
that.
feel better.
All right.
What about the rack?
No.
I think Bakley was saying the rack was in the show because you left.
Oh no, Matt just had to pee.
Really bad.
He was
really
doing
fucking bad.
I didn't pick up those on
Damn.
those. I didn't pick up on those signs whatsoever. So I was trying to plug my shit.
Just like you don't know when Katie's finished, you don't pay attention to things like that. I personally just don't think you care whether the other person's finished or not.
Well,
It's all about Vince.
See, I was gonna go. You should always let your lady finish first, but
she can finish after.
I was gonna say it's weird that I know when Katie's finished, but Vince doesn't, and then I couldn't figure out a good way to articulate that. So,
Well, that's an incorrect statement. I know exactly when Melissa finishes. It's usually right after.
He's like, yeah, she finishes right after me because I'm done and I go to sleep.
No, I am a caring and giving lover. You would know that if you let me just fondle your butt.
You're not getting anywhere near my butt. You're not. It's not happening.
I don't. But you know,
Look, I didn't plan to get on the podcast and talk about Matt's butt as much, but it happened. I ran with it, just like I didn't plan on thirsting on Namor.
When Will finishes, where does he finish on you?
No, that's only for him and I to know, and you to wonder.
Hey, Will, let me know in the comments where you finish on Vince.
Well, do not breach the trust that we've established. Matt,
Trust me, a lot of things have been breached on this. The least of which you need to worry about is the trust.
I'm trying to breach something, but you're not letting me.
No, I'm not.
What is going on with you?
It's become a thing on this episode. I don't know if I'm going to continue it, but it's worked. It's worked. We were talking about butts. No wonder Vince has the lungs. has long sleeves on. What is that supposed to mean? What is that supposed to mean, Bakley? I want some elaboration on that.
We've realized that when you repeatedly said, what does that mean? Generally, that means you want elaboration.
Yes, but I want to like continuously ask until I get it.
Okay, well, give him some time to type.
No.
I appreciate everyone. Bakley, Allison, Will, Jesus, Pretty Kyle, if you're still here. Justin, if you're still here.
He came
Everyone
and
that stopped by for joining us. Thank you, guys. I apologize for Vince's obsession with my brown hole. Is what it is. He likes the chocolate starfish. I don't know why.
Ew.
I'm an ass man. Dun, dun. Oh, fuck, man. Bakley, I'm still waiting for elaboration, by the way. Does Katie still hate me? Yes. I'm still trying to figure out why. Well, I'm still trying to figure out why.
I have said it on multiple platforms, on multiple podcasts. I do not hate Will.
I disagree, and so does Will. He's told me privately.
Well, Will can think whatever he wants, but I do not hate him.
I think Allison hates me because I am going to win Pornhub Poppy, and she wants Katie to win, and she's on the losing side of things. And trust me, I know what it's like to be on the losing side of things. I'm a Bulls fan. No, self-shot there. Anyways, let me get this blanket out of the way.
What, Matt?
Yes.
I'm just...
What? Trying to figure out if you're going to let me finagle your
butt. We know that that's not going to happen, and you can end that now because the answer is no. The answer will always be no for the end of eternity. If we were married, the answer would be no. As a matter of fact, if you and I were in a non-heterosexual committed relationship, Vince, not only would you not have access to my behind, but I would only use you for your mouth. I would literally just muffle you repeatedly because I'm not about that ass. Like I like looking at a nice ass. I like squeezing a nice ass. I don't want to stick my dick in one.
I feel like that's fair.
Well then, I don't know if that's a relationship.
See, Allison doesn't hate Vince. Katie doesn't hate Will. I hate anal in all forms.
I agree with Matt's statement very much.
That you're not a butt person, Katie?
No, don't.
And I've tried it. I not on me.
Wait, okay.
But
so
I've tried it before.
You've tried it. You've tried to have your butt finagled, and you just didn't like
it. No. Incorrect. I have tried anal, as in me and another person with my member and their butt. I know without trying that I am not interested in anything going anywhere near my butt.
You don't love to love them?
No.
You don't love to kick them?
No. Are you reading these?
You don't love to shove them?
I don't love to stick them.
Do you love to flaunt them?
Nope.
Do you love to watch them?
No.
Do you love to pick them?
Sometimes.
This feels like a shitty Dr. Seuss book.
It's literally the lyrics to the
next, man. That's how I knew Stickum was next. It's the lyrics
like,
man.
The way he's saying it sounds like, do you like green eggs and ham? Like, that's literally the vibe I'm getting.
It's the green eggs and ham lyrics.
And since we're talking about butts, that would make him shat in a hat.
There you go.
Stop. I don't encourage it anymore.
There was a lot of butt talk on this episode, and I, for one, am very proud of that fact.
Hey, my Wi-Fi held up for a very long time.
It did.
Both of your Wi-Fi's actually kicked ass there.
Yeah, towards the end.
My Wi-Fi was a trooper the entire time. I don't think I fucked up once, even though Bakley's like, don't use the sound bites unless your Wi-Fi is working. But my Wi-Fi worked the entire time.
I think he was talking about me. I think he was referring to me.
let me
Chat.
know. Like
Chat.
my Wi-Fi was good the whole time, right?
Bakley specifically. I think Bakley was talking about don't use the sound bites if your internet isn't working. I think he was referring to me because I think he thinks that I control the sound bites exclusively, and I don't control the sound bites exclusively. Matt and I cohabitate or have joint custody of the sound bites.
Because Vince slacks really hard on using his sound bites, so I have to fill in.
So you do like to fill in, just not in the butt.
There you go. Oh yeah, he was talking about you because you froze. There you go.
Thank you.
Got your answer.
I knew it. Anyway, thank you, Bakley.
You didn't get your answer about the long sleeves, but you got your answer about that.
I didn't, but whatever. At this point, it came and went, just like Pretty Kyle. See, this is where you laugh. See, I need a laugh track. That's what I need. That's the next soundboard. I need a laugh track. I think that.
I mean, it's the only way he's getting laughs on the show. So
Vince pipes in crowd noise during sex.
So funny. Okay, hold on. Funny aside about that, right? You guys remember that they had that fucking the button that they were selling on Twitter for a little while?
Yeah,
it was like this is awesome and all that. It had all the chants and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I bought one of those and I used it during sex with my wife, and she got really mad at me. But I thought
you're allowed to wait. God damn it! I'm gonna click on the comment, man. Do not click it. Are you allowed to be on Pornhub if you aren't Team Booty Hole?
Yeah.
Well, there's categories. There's categories, and not every porn star does every single category.
That is correct.
And technically, we're porn stars. If you technically, right? We're technically porn stars now.
Theoretically,
I can put that on a resume in the future.
Yeah. I've been telling everyone I'm a porn star.
This is awesome, but for after sex.
What happens on Tuesday? Hold on. He said you will get it on Tuesday, maybe. What happens on Tuesday? What are you doing on Tuesday, Vince?
What is happening?
What is happening on Tuesday?
I don't know. Are you doing?
Well, I know what's happening on Tuesday, but I haven't shared any details about what's happening on my Tuesday. Bakley?
Does Bakley know what's happening on your Tuesday?
I don't think Bakley does, unless he's wiretapping my phone. Unless he's snooping onto my text message conversations. Only one person knows what's happening on Tuesday.
Yeah. Well, now I'm curious. What's happening on Tuesday, Vince?
That's neither here nor there. Mind your business. Mind your business. It's Titty Tuesday for Vince. Okay.
Is it Titty Tuesday for Vince? Like, you're the only one.
Fuck if I know. Are you trying to say I'm fat? Trying to say I got man boobs?
That's literally not what he's saying.
That's how I interpret it.
Are you going live on Tuesday?
No, because when I was plugging Straight Talk, I said I was going to record like either this weekend, and it's going to be going up on Monday or Tuesday.
Okay.
So, but I don't think I'm going to go live, Bakley. Even though I loved you in the chat for the Lakers episode, I think it's just going to be me and Basharat just venting about the Bulls or us reviewing Black Panther.
Oh, then you will never know.
Okay. Sounds fair. Okay. Well, I'm going to hop off the chat because I got to go pick up my brother. We're going to try to get the new Jordan ones. They're dropping tomorrow, the Chicago ones. So he's going to crash over at my place. So I got to go scoop him up. I'll be in the chat though.
Hold on. Do you and Will have some kind of like weird pseudo racist sexual relationship?
What do you mean?
Well, because Will put Taco Tuesday in the chat as if that was some sort of hint as to he knew what was going on, and I feel like that might be like some sexual code for you two, maybe.
How is that racist?
Well, because he's white and he's calling it Taco Tuesday, and you're Mexican and you're his lover.
Taco Tuesday is a thing amongst white America.
It is. But I feel like when directed at you, it becomes a little iffy.
No, unless he's talking about my taco.
I think he is. That's the point. That's where we're at here, Vince.
Oh no, it doesn't need to be Tuesday for that.
Though technically, and Katie's gonna hate this so much, so I apologize in advance, Katie. But if he's talking about you, wouldn't it be your Choco Taco?
Choco taco.
Anal chocolate Choco Taco.
Mm.
I hate you.
I know you do. I knew exactly what response I was getting for that from Katie.
What response did you think you were getting from me?
I was not expecting it to go over your head, seeing as all you've done is talk about anal this entire episode. I figured at the very least you would put 2 and 2 together. You did fail.
No. Every day is Taco Tuesday with Vince. If you're brave enough, there you go. That's the spirit. Well, but yeah, I gotta sign off.
Racist.
How so? No, it's not. Stop.
Oh my god.
Stop.
Go pick up your brother.
One more
Yeah,
time.
Go get shoes.
Before I sign off and go on my merry way. I don't know what thumbnail we're using, so you send me an idea of what thumbnail to use.
I posted a picture of a dead and buried LA Knight in the tweet for this.
Size doesn't matter.
Size doesn't matter, or size doesn't matter, but Wi-Fi does. However it works, is the title. Whatever you end up using for the thumbnail, I'm fine with.
Okay,
That's the
well,
only
if
thing
you
that really
haven't-
popped into my head. So
Okay, well, if you have any
maybe something of
suggestions-
Isla Dawn on top of the ladder.
Maybe. Perhaps.
I don't know. If you think of something that would be funny with the title, send it my way. Okay. All right.
That is your job 100%. I can tell you
No.
right now, I have given you 2 suggestions, and you do the thumbnails. I'm not going to think about it after you log off. I'm just going to expect there to be one. So that is your job. That is always your job. That is your contribution to the show. I'm going to need you to make that happen.
Okay. Well, if that's the case, then honestly, all I have to say about
Yep. Which, that's the same shit Kyle used to pull. So, he would just leave mid-sentence.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. All the time.
I also feel like hearing that Vince is going to be very offended that you compared him to Kyle.
I'm just saying, that's what Kyle has done. I'm just saying. I'm just stating fact. That's what I do.
Almost standing next to AJ Styles. What? What?
Wait, what is happening?
I don't know. She said almost. I have no. Please, Allison, explain to me. Oh, size. I guess size. It's the size.
Yeah.
That doesn't matter. Yeah. Well, in that case, AJ Styles is far more talented than Omos. So, the thumbnail. Okay. But did that have thumbnail's got to be something from this week? So I don't
Well, that
think
was perfect.
AJ Styles had a stare down this week, did they?
Not fun. I don't even know. Almost wasn't even on TV, I don't think.
Yeah,
I
unfortunately.
mean, I think the picture of LA Knight having a bunch of him just being dead and buried makes sense.
What's hilarious is even though he mistyped it, that still says thumbnail.
Oh my god, it does. Words are weird.
Mm-hmm. Did you see that she said, "Why would you want a small fry when you could have a large fry?" earlier?
I briefly saw that, yeah. I mean, I don't have to explain my reasonings. I said what I said.
You did. I've got questions for people now.
No, you do not.
I didn't say I was going to ask the questions. I just said I had questions. I ended up being awake the whole episode anyway. Exactly, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Let me hold on. Let me look at this. Let me look at this.
Why are you saying it like that?
I have no idea why I'm saying that. I was just kidding, sir. It's too late and I don't want to show up and have to bounce. I will give love and support from the peanut gallery.
Is that a TC impression?
I have no idea what the fuck that was, honestly. I just started
You're out here just like talking at this point.
Listen, honestly, I came up with that fucking intro like right before we started the show. I've got like I haven't had like a rough week, but like the last couple of days. So work sucked last night, but I got out on time. And then Pokemon dropped, so I was up from midnight till 2:30 playing that. We were supposed to get a new front door today. I got up early because my wife works, but she works from home, but like she's downstairs working. She can't just like leave her job and go take care of it. So I got up early so that I could meet the door guy and everything. So I got up at 8:30 and then he calls and cancels because it's too fucking cold and reschedules for like a week. So now I'm awake at 8:30. I went to bed at 2:30, but I probably didn't fall asleep till around 4. So realistically, I had about like 4.5 hours sleep.
Yeah.
Because I tossed and turned for a while. And then I was up. So like I was hanging out with Zoe and I was playing Pokemon. And what I did was I made her on one of the games. And then I had her come sit on my lap and I let her pick what Pokemon that I was going to play as her. So the first I showed her the pictures of the Pokemon on my phone and she goes, duck. I'm like, you want the duck? She goes, yeah. I'm like, okay. So then I grab the Switch and I'm playing and she crawls into my lap and she's sitting there and I got it. And then I'm at the point to where I actually select it and she sees him. She goes, kitty. And I'm like, do you want the duck or the kitty? She goes, kitty. I'm like, are you sure? She goes, yeah, kitty. I'm like, okay. So she got the kitty. So
I love her. She is precious. That is the cutest shit I've ever heard.
So now I have one game running with Zoe and her kitty and another game running with me and my Foy Coco.
Which, because 2 versions came out, right?
Scarlet and Violet. Every main series game has 2 versions, normal colors, but like the last one's Sword and Shield. So, and they're just, the difference is it's the same game, but certain Pokemon are exclusive to one versus the other. And I don't like playing with people, so I get both, so I don't have to share and like.
I was just gonna ask which one you got. So
I get both every time. Then I don't have to like make friends and trade and do all that shit. I can just do what the fuck I want myself.
Nothing wrong with doing it yourself.
Especially because we have 2 like, so I have my Switch, and I take my Switch everywhere. Like it was supposed to be like the family Switch, like it was supposed to, but like I would take it everywhere with me, and it's like, oh well, I wanted to play the Switch, but so I got her a Switch Lite so that she had her, and then she doesn't play it. So now we have 2 Switches. So now I have both, and I can play on either one or whatever. But,
I mean that works.
Switch. Will is a Switch.
God damn it. You had that one ready.
Dude, it just. So anyway, what I was saying was, so I was up all day, right? And then got to work today. Fucking shit show again. Like literally.
Well, yeah, you messaged me being like, if we might not even have a show. I was like, okay, so I know.
Well, yeah, because Vince said he might not be there. And I'm like, well, fuck, if Vince isn't there and I don't make it, then there is no show. Yeah, exactly. So I do
this format from my own Twitch. I take it for
yeah, but it worked out. We're gonna record Return to Wrestling tomorrow.
Fun.
And then Sunday I go see Black Panther, and I am on the Wrestling with the Truth podcast Sunday night.
Fun.
With BC Hunter and Jay.
That's fun.
So finally get to work with Jay since he didn't make it for our Halloween episode.
I was just going to ask if that was the same person who was supposed to be on with us.
It is. So I'll be on Wrestling with the Truth on Sunday at like So apparently they've got to live in like Nova Scotia or some shit. Like I'm not sure where they live, but like, so I hit him up and I told him like what my availability was, and he goes, "Oh, hey, I just realized that 11 p.m. your time is 1 a.m. my time," and I'm like, "What fucking time zone are you in?" And he said Atlantic, and then I had this whole conversation with Kate where I'm like, "I don't know what Atlantic time zone is." I apparently it's 2 hours ahead of us, so it's an hour ahead of Eastern. But I'm like, I don't know where the fuck that is. So like, I was driving home talking to her, and like she Googled it, and apparently it's like up in Canada, but it's like way Nova Scotia has its own time. So maybe I don't know, but like it's like parts of like Puerto Rico and shit like that is in Atlantic time, and then like some part like way up, kind of like by Oak Island, I guess maybe is also that. So it's above Maine to the right. But yeah, no, I had no idea where the fuck Atlantic time zone was. So then I was like, all right, well, you didn't what?
I didn't. I said I didn't know either.
So I was like, all right, I can probably do 7 my time, which is 9 your time. And they're like, yeah, that works. So CST is the best time.
No, I'm so sick of this conversation.
You're never gonna win because the majority of the people that you podcast with, despite the fact that I feel like there's an overwhelming majority of East Coasters podcasting, you just don't like most of them. The majority of the people you podcast with on a regular basis are in CST time zone.
Yep. Because you guys are CST, just the CST, equally CST. Savannah is, she's Mountain Time.
Yeah, she's doesn't matter.
She's like see, that's why I always say. Reek's EST. Those wrestling girls are EST. TC is PST. There's a lot. I just accommodate.
Man, don't nobody give no shits about Nick. No, I love Nick.
Oh yeah, Kyle and I are in EST. Well, yeah, because RN's in Ohio, so one state away.
CST's still the best.
It's not.
Justin, Clark Street Wrestling, Matt Ritter, the Will Gray.
Whatever. Rude.
The boss bitch of botch spots and chair shots, Allison.
I love Allison.
The Get Show podcast.
What's left of them?
That is right, ladies and gentlemen. The Wreck is also a CST.
To put them down. Don't.
Would you like to know what the C in CST stands for, Katie?
Oh, please tell me.
It stands for cock.
Yep, there it is.
Cock standing time. Or cock sucking time. However you want to do it.
Cock
CST.
standing time.
That is correct. You've never done a cock stand? It's kind of like a keg stand, but with penis.
You know, can't say I have.
Now you got a new goal for life. Cock stand.
Yep. I'll be sure to put it on my bucket list.
I feel like cock strudel is just redundant, like because The Rock used to refer to his penis as strudel. So, like, would cock strudel not just be like a double, like redundancy?
Redundancy. Wow, big word. Porn,
I feel like every episode of the Smackin It Raw podcast is some sort of a porn whore wrestling crossover.
Probably, yeah, basically.
Listen, the Will Gray, I would love to come and do the botch spots and the chair shots with you. The Rack would love that. I don't 100 like I had the hardest time just staying as the Rack for Inside the Mind of. So I don't know that I would be able to make an entire episode of botched spots and the chair shots with the Will Gray. as the rack, but I would try to keep the accent going. I would try to be there for you as much as I could.
And my show wasn't live, so even if you couldn't, I could have just cut it out.
So since that episode has come out, how is that doing as far as views? Like, how did the rack do as far as views?
The rack was a good guest.
The rack is gonna look for himself. The rack would like to know how popular the rack was.
I mean, I don't remember off the top of my head.
Well, that is why the rack is looking, Katie.
I feel like I just looked the other day too, and I already forget.
34 views for the rack on YouTube. 34. Yeah. Now, mind you, Katie, I have a question for you. Since the rack did this episode, have you gotten any suitors?
No.
Nobody fit the criteria that you had put forth on that episode of what you were looking for. Like, nobody. Listen, if you are watching the post show for the Smackin It Raw podcast, you were hearing this, ladies and gentlemen, and you went and listened to Inside the Mind of with the rack, and you got inside the mind of the rack, well, the rack got inside the mind of Katie, and everything got all, and Katie said what she's looking for in a minute. Like, none of you sat down and thought, oh, hey, that could be me. Maybe let me shoot my shot. I don't believe that. There's got to be someone out there that fits the criteria that Katie is looking for. Whether you have a penis or a vagina and a penis, or neither, whatever the case may be, because Katie loves all sexual organs and all of the people attached to them. So you do not have to be a male. You do not have to be a female. You can be whatever you want to be in life, and Katie will still love you. You just need to fit that specific criteria of the person in general that she is looking for. And I believe someone out there had to listen to this episode and fit that criteria.
So you would think that. Nothing's come about it. So we out here just chilling, living our life.
If that idiot Travis had done one fall like that idiot Matt Ritter had suggested, you would just be dripping in all of the sexual organs. You wouldn't know what day of the week it was, Katie. But one fall is not a thing.
I distinctly remember when you told me about one fall, and I was like, that is the smartest idea I've ever heard in my entire life.
Go forth in life knowing that the only reason that you are currently single is because Travis does not know a good idea when he hears one.
I can't put the entirety of the blame on Travis.
You absolutely can. I am.
Oh, well, you can. I won't.
But you can.
I'll put
the rack is giving you the permissions.
I blame Travis a little bit.
I am very curious as to how, between inside the mind of the rack, inside the mind of Katie Kinsey, and then you just flaunting all the fucking shoulder that you can for 2 episodes on Smackin It Raw all over Pornhub, just showing all the clavicle, how there's like nobody in your DMs trying to get at Miss Katie Kinsey, baby.
That one, there was quite a bit of clavicle that was shown. But now it's fucking freezing, so the amount of shoulder and clavicle you will see will be very limited because a bitch is freezing. It's cold as hell. So I'm in a hoodie right now. Don't look at me like that.
Well, you are also not at home, Katie. You are in somebody else's house, so you cannot like turn up the heat and make yourself comfortable. Like, you do not have control over the thermostat in that home, I would assume.
I do not. That's correct.
See, exactly. So you gotta be a frosty bitch in someone else's house. I get it.
Yeah, it's true. I feel like I fit that criteria very well.
If your head was bigger, we could call you McFlurry.
It's true. I did have a big head as a kid. I'm happy it kind of shrunk.
Did you? Never mind. The rack does not want to know about your mother's birth.
I was cut. I was picked up. I was not.
So you were the cesarean.
Yes, I have a scar from it. actually.
They cut. Wait, well, hold on. Listen, are you telling the rack that when they cut your mother's belly open to pull you out, your head was so big that they nicked it?
I don't think that is the reason as to why. But see, I thought for the longest time that you are going to be able to tell on the camera. I have a slight scar right here, and I thought it was when I cracked my head open in first grade on Easter. Now I have permanent dents in my head. I thought that was from that. I found out a few years ago. My mom was like, "Oh no, that was from, you know." I was like, "Excuse me? The fuck?"
This all makes so much more sense about you now.
What, the fact that I have permanent dents in my head because I was dumbass? Yeah, it all makes sense.
The cracking the skull open on Easter and all of these things, like, yeah, no, it is all coming into the picture now. I understand.
Yeah.
Jesus said they casually cut you open as a baby.
Hey, I'm fine. For now, I guess.
They're just casually cutting people open and nicking kids' heads and shit. Actually, that idiot Matt Ritter, he has a friend who just recently they had a child, and also a cesarean, and they cut the baby's ear when they were doing the. So now he got like a scar right over the ear and everything.
Yeah.
Baby also came out with a club foot. Poor thing.
Oh, so sad. But like, yeah,
He
that
got like
happened.
a little booty. He got booty. Not like the booty like Vince talked about, but like a booty on his foot.
Yes, I know. Harry Potter. No, not the Harry Potter scar. It's not forehead. It's to the side, and it's not a lightning bolt, sadly.
Yeah, these doctors are out here just nicking people in the face and shit, like not giving two fucks to get that baby out.
Yeah,
like,
I mean, I'm here, so.
You are here. Not all of you. There are spots of you that are missing. You know, where the dents aren't filled in, but
that's not funny. Yeah, they have these nice permanent dents. It's a fun time.
You got any dents from Sunday Fun Day?
Sunday Fun Day was not a thing.
Any scars from Sunday Fun Day?
Sunday Fun Day was not a thing.
You got any lasting impressions from Sunday Fun Day?
Sunday Fun Day was not a thing.
Sunday Fun Day was not a thing, and size does not matter, ladies and gentlemen. That is what you need to remember from this episode of the Smackin' It Raw podcast. It is not the size of the dog in the bite, it's the size of the bite in the dog, or whatever the fuck they say.
It's something like that, sure. I think you nailed it.
All right, that's been fun.
I was gonna say, Jesus, how long were you gonna do that?
Be sad. Hey, bring back the rag. It's so much more funny than Matt. I agree.
Stop.
I have
funny. What?
Officially, as of today, I've lost 45 pounds. So I'm proud of that.
Yay. Good for you.
Yeah. All my clothes fit way better now.
Pop off.
I will after the show ends.
Why are you actually like
I think we deleted that one.
I think you did too. Because I say it. That's why.
Yeah, that's right. Thanks, Bagley. But yeah, I've been busting my ass. So, I mean, not like literally, like I've been forcing myself to eat much better than I have.
No, seriously, good for you. That's awesome.
But
congratulations.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
I'm assuming that was about the babies getting cut. I think
probably about any part of that story.
Yeah. All right. Well, I mean, it's only one. Like, I feel like that that went quick. We did finish in about an hour and a half, so like that was a quick episode. But also, so how about that, Chucky? So I think so. I know. Oh, here for you guys. For all of you getting off fans who want to get off with us. I have to set something up with D-Rod. Probably the first week of December. We're gonna talk Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Why are you making that face?
No reason.
You made that face for a reason, Katie. What's up?
No reason. Well, I also don't really. I'm not a big tech. You made me watch the movies. Leatherface is weird, so that was the thing.
I mean, you're my official co-host for getting off. Are you taking that week off?
No, I'll still be there.
Oh, okay.
It's just Leatherface.
So, I think the first week of December we'll do, because he'll be on vacation from whatever school he does. I feel like he's like 40. I don't know what the fuck he's doing in school, but anyway. So we'll do that. And then I talked to Joey from the Angle Radio, the Angle Podcast, Joey Carney, my favorite Carney. And maybe after season 2 of Chucky concludes. So obviously the season finale is next week. So then maybe before Christmas at some point, we'll do a season 2 recap with Joey, because he's a big fan of Chucky. So we'll do that. And those are the next 2 episodes of Getting Off. And then at some point, for all of you people on Twitter who like women who talk about wrestling and also have OnlyFans pages, and may or may not be from Canada, and post thirst traps, Willow Raven, after the holidays, probably after January 1st, will be coming on the show and joining us as a guest, talking about some of the wrestling. I hit her up, and she's like, yeah, come on, you can plug your OnlyFans and talk wrestling. She's cool as shit on Twitter.
Oh yeah.
And I want to get more women on the show, and I want it to be people that I feel like I'm going to get along with and have a good time with. And she gives me the vibe that like we'd have a good time, like us as a group. So
I just followed her. We just followed each other on Instagram.
There you go. I still don't have an Instagram. My wife gave me so much shit because I kept calling it IG, and she goes, "Stop fucking calling it that." I'm like, "But that's the abbreviation for Instagram." And she goes, "You sound like a child. You're a grown man. Say Instagram." I'm like, okay.
Damn.
Yeah.
Jake's dropping the hammer.
So I'm gonna keep calling it IG just to piss her off.
I call it Insta. I don't even call it Instagram.
Insta.
It's easier. Oh.
Yeah, no, Chucky's been good, but Jesus, you're gonna have to wait for Getting Off to hear our thoughts on season 2 of Chucky, because there are gonna be a lot of thoughts on season 2 of Chucky.
Season 2 is.
So that, I think the last episode was episode 7 or 8. I think it was 7.
7.
Yeah, so there's only going to be 8 episodes this season, which, I mean, I could watch 8 hour-long episodes the week before we go and do it. So,
oh, yeah.
Refresh my, I mean, I know what happened, but just like, so I can take notes and write things down.
Detail stuff, yeah.
Yeah. Because I'm not going to lie to you, I accidentally misgendered, I think, Glenda on Twitter. I said she, and then I deleted it, and I put they. But in my head, for whatever reason, I see Glenn, and I think Glenda, and I see Glenda, and I think Glenn, and I have to correct. Like, I have to read my tweets before I send them out to make sure I'm talking about the right person.
I mean,
it's the same actor, person playing both roles.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, you corrected yourself.
Dynamite is the pre-show for Chucky.
I hate like refreshing Twitter like during Dynamite and fucking Jesus is talking about Chucky, and I'm like, I gotta go past it.
Especially because I don't get to watch it until I get home from work. So 11 o'clock Central Time, I have to wait, and I'm on there, and I'm like, oh, hey, what's on Twitter? And Jesus is just like, blah blah blah, blah Chucky, blah blah blah. I'm like, motherfucker, you're spoiled. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not Jesus. Tweet about it live because I live tweet about shit. Like, and I'm sure people see it and they're like, oh fuck that Matt Ritter guy. Like, I get it. I live tweet about the show when I watch it, but also makes me so sad that I'm like, oh, okay. But also I don't have the context. So like I think Jesus tweeted something about somebody blowing up, but he didn't say who blew up. So then I'm watching the show and then said person explodes and then somebody else explode. Like 2 people exploded.
I was
3, 2, 3.
Wait, on this past week?
Yes. So 1 exploded from the bus.
Why can't I remember?
No, the doll, the Tiffany doll blew up when the bus hit it.
Oh, okay.
Yes, Jennifer Tilly exploded. And then the father exploded. Did Chucky explode before the father got possessed?
I don't think so.
I thought he dropped and then blew up. No?
I don't think so.
Yeah, well.
I think it's after he dropped, then he became father, and then
Well, yeah, that happened, and then he popped, which I still have questions about. I have questions about how. Okay, listen. All right, we're here. We'll talk about it. I got a little time. If you got a little time. All right. So questions. Let's chat about this Chucky deal. Even though you know what, here it's a post show, but let's get in the mood.
You gonna put the getting off background?
Fucking right, I am, because we're here to talk about it. So
people are gonna be so confused if they watch the live stream.
They're watching the post show, and I just explained it. So if they're actually watching this, then they know what's going on. All right. So Charles Lee Ray, used voodoo to transfer and split his soul amongst so many dolls. Damballa is the voodoo spirit through which he gets his power, but Chucky is not Damballa. And my understanding was that you used exorcisms on demons, and Charles Lee Ray isn't technically a demon. So I was confused as to how they were exorcising a human spirit out of I don't know. That part I'm kind of fine with, but also I was like, it's not a demon, so how does exorcism work? Because does the power of Christ compel a human soul? Neither here nor there. But then I'm like, okay, but Chucky can't float or fly, and there's not a demon in him to do. Did you freeze, or are you just listening very intently? Motherfucker, you froze. That part I get, Jesus. I get that Nika transferred the Chucky soul into that same doll and all of that, and she's gone. She left. She said, fuck it. I'm just trying to figure out like how he got floating, because he's not a demon. He's not. Trying to figure out how he got into the priest's body and why once he was in the priest's body he exploded, but he didn't explode when he was in Nika's body and he was sharing a body with Nika. Like, I've got questions about the logistics of evil soul possession in religious bodies and things. But since Katie's gone, and I'm assuming her shit just died out, and I know you guys don't come here just to see me, but I do appreciate you guys all sticking around, and I love you very, very much, and thank you for watching my show and doing all these things. I'm gonna go. You guys have a good night. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next week.